Amazing. This is Samsung Micro RGB Color. Microscopic lights create colors never before possible. And I look magnificent, baby. Magnificent. This dude gets it.
The Samsung Micro RGB TV. See it for yourself at Best Buy.
You trust WMAL to bring you the facts, and so do hundreds of thousands of like-minded listeners and business leaders each week. If you want to grow your business with people who share your values, WMAL's Cumulus Digital Solutions can connect you with customers wherever they are. Whether you're a small business or building something big, we'll create a strategy that works for you. Radio builds trust. Digital drives action. Together, they deliver results. Contact Rex Minton at WMAL.com/advertise and let's grow your business together.
Matthews, breaking news this morning: a collision involving a school bus and 3 other vehicles sent 5 people to the hospital, including an adult who was seriously injured. This happened at First Field and Klopper Roads in Gaithersburg at around 7:15 this morning. No word yet on a cause for the crash. It's been a busy morning for Montgomery County Rescue. Its Swiftwater team was sent to the Great Falls area along the Potomac at 6:15 this morning for a report of a man who became separated from a group of people, entered the water, and did not resurface. An active search with Fairfax County is now underway for the man. If you were planning to move early to beat the heat, you're already too late. It already feels like the 90s and the century mark not far away.
By noon, 96 degrees the temperature. By 2 o'clock, now you're at 100 degrees. Hottest part of the day there, 3 p.m. until 6 p.m., 101 to 102 degrees. As mentioned, it's record heat for Friday as well as on Saturday, and still looking like this could be our hottest 4th of July ever on record. The forecast, 101 degrees.
7 News meteorologist Veronica Johnson. Imagine having to work under these conditions as a first responder.
Even on an ambulance, going out, lifting patients, it can get more tiring than you think.
DC Fire and EMS Chief John Donnelly, and so precautions are being taken, including trying to make sure there's 45 minutes of rest for every 15 of intense work in a fire. But that's not always a guarantee, he tells 7 News.
That's why we're monitoring all of the calls that we go on. But we're going to have to take our time this weekend. We're going to have to be safe for ourselves so we can help you.
Donnelly adds,
I'm so happy that our folks are in great shape, that they're hydrated and they're preparing for this, but this is really hard work for them.
Scott Lynn at WMAL and WMAL.com.
It's tough to imagine the nation's fireworks being canceled on the mall, but other places are looking at the heat and the safety threat and canceling their plans for Saturday night. That includes the city of Richmond, which has canceled its celebration, including the fireworks. City leaders citing unacceptable health and safety risks for attendees, performers, staff, and first responders. The Richmond area also facing a historic drought in addition to the record heat, and some forms of voluntary water rationing are now underway. With major work about to get underway on the RFK campus next door, the D.C. National Guard's looking for a new home to replace the D.C. Armory.
Officials say they need to move because upcoming construction for the redevelopment plan will, quote, impact mission capabilities. Although a final decision has not been made, the National Guard is considering 80 acres of land at the Armed Forces Retirement Home in Northwest.
7 News' Jasmine Stiles. The Guard has called the Armory home since the 1940s. It's been 2 years since DC rescue crews started using whole blood at the scene of traumas, and it's made a huge difference.
In the 2 years, the program has a survival rate of 93% among non-traumatic cardiac arrest cases.
DC Mayor Muriel Bowser adding,
we have more than doubled our cardiac arrest survival score to 44%, tying for the best in the nation.
In the 2 years, says Bowser, saving 365 lives in the city. Barbara Brick, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Bad drivers are everywhere, but where are the worst of the worst in Maryland? According to a survey from Lending Tree, that crown goes to Columbia, the community with the highest rates of reported driving incidents. That includes accidents, speeding tickets, and DUIs among the state's largest cities and towns. Waldorf came in second, followed by Frederick, Potomac, and Glen Burnie in the top 5. Who gets the flowers for the fewest driving incidents? That honor goes to Bethesda. Checking your money, the Dow futures at this hour are up 248 points. NASDAQ futures up 122. Up next, traffic and weather on WMAL.
Amy Combs did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Post people keep going, even when life gets busy. At Post University, online learning is built for busy schedules with support from real people who care. Become a Post person. Learn more at post.edu.
WMAL traffic and weather. Here is Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Beltway into New Carrollton, we're jammed to get past the Broken Down, but it's on the outer loop between 450 and the BW Parkway along the left side, lays back to Central Avenue. Virginia Beltway inner loop between Springfield and Braddock Road, crash over to the left shoulder, but that's giving us a little bit of the slowdown there. Heavy again before the Georgetown Pike to cross the Legion Bridge. In case you missed it, Clara Barton Parkway is open between the Glen Echo turnaround and the Chain Bridge. In the district, freeway slows each direction, heading toward the 3rd Street Tunnel. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Record-breaking temperatures today, most likely through the 4th, near or above 100 degrees by a couple of degrees every day with the heat index values 105 to 110. The overnight lows may not dip below 80. On Friday and the 4th, there could be some isolated thunderstorms. From the Weather Channel, meteorologist Ray Staging on WMAL.
Right now it is 89 degrees at Reagan National Airport. I'm John Matthews. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plant.
Throughout this process, I've been reminded of the words of the Austrian economist, Friedrich Hayek. If socialists understood economics, they wouldn't be socialists. These past months have shown us anything. It is that socialists not only understand economics, just as well as the capitalists who came before, but that we can solve their years of mismanagement through an embrace of our principles.
Yes, because if you make a lie so big, just so gigantic, so huge, maybe no one would dare to not believe it. Socialists and economics. That's where you begin the discussion that ends with 100 million people murdered. Now they're going to make everything better. Really, this is going to be great for you. You're going to love this. Then shallow brains, like that? With everybody else.
Do we like that?
They're Bolsheviks. They're socialists. They're communists. They're saying it out loud. They're taking over the Democratic Party. They've got plans for the United States. I don't think you'll like their plans. These people, they're really something. They got this, Chevalier. You got your, Quonset Hut Velia Chevalier, and just amazing stuff. She's, she won her primary. Now she says she's not a communist, but she ran on being a communist, and then she won, and now she said she's not a communist, which I got to say, Michael, is pretty typical of communists. They, if you're talking to a commie, they're lying to you because that's what commies do. They're liar, commie pants on fire. Got that whole thing going. So we got that, and that's, she's kind of amusing in her own special way. Yeah, the Bolsheviks, the socialists, the communists, the goal of socialism is communism. I played the audio for you yesterday and the day before yesterday. The guy from the Democratic Socialists of America saying that their goal is, just like Lenin said, is communism. And that's the Democrat Party. And they're repackaging it and reselling it as though it's a fresh new idea. And nobody remembers, and the reality is that most Democrats and Democrats under 40 have no idea what happened in the 20th century when it came to socialism being spread around the globe, around the planet. The Vietnam War, the Korean War, wars in Africa, wars in Latin America, Cuba, slavery. It's still a slave ship off of our coast. If you try to escape, and that's what your voluntary departure is called, an escape, as though it's a prison, because it is a prison, they just may shoot you in the back of the head. Like you're a college girl in Chicago and illegal aliens have come to kill you. Speaking of which, the angel mothers and angel fathers testifying on Capitol Hill about their children being murdered, massacred, slaughtered by illegal aliens waved into the country by Democrats. And Democrats couldn't have been more insulting to the angel mothers and the angel fathers. They don't want to be called angel mother and angel father.
There you go, Tiffany. We're controlling the world's population.
So, that's what we've labeled them.
We're weeding out the people because there's too many of us. You're a fucking idiot, Tiffany.
And the mother of
You're a petty little bitch.
Young woman who was shot.
Tiffany is a petty bitch.
Alien for no reason at all in Chicago, while walking on the beach at night with her friends, along the beach with her friends. And she's explaining during the hearing, the Capitol Hill hearing, Democrats, for the most part, didn't show up, but at least one showed up because that Democrat just fell asleep in that Democrat's chair while the parents were testifying and sobbing and crying. Just fall asleep, couldn't be more bored. Really, it's like a Hollywood stereotype of Soviet communists who just murdered your children and then yawn and get a scone. Get a scone, start eating the just amazing stuff. The Democrat Party, they're not on Team America. Boy, are they not on Team America, not by a long shot. And yeah, Zohran Mamdani, he's a commie. He's Zohran Kwame Mamdani, and he's out there because this is what happens with communists. Zohran Mamdani has a Twitter account, and he tweeted. Is he a he or a bearded lady? It's impossible to say with Democrats. He tweeted, New York, : they love their colons. He says, it's hot out there. It's really, he's a very observant communist traveling in his bulletproof air-conditioned limousine, as all the Bolsheviks always did too, while everyone starved and died. Said, it's hot out there, and the power grid is working overtime to keep us cool. Welcome to Western civilization. He says, set your AC to 78 degrees. Turn off lights and electronics you're not using and unplug what you can. That's what he says. So we're already hitting the rationing from the communists. That reminds me of Barack Hussein Obama. Remember Barack Hussein Obama said that under his plan, he's got economic and energy plans too. And he said under his plan, which is cap and trade, which is total Al Gore communism, and you can pay us to keep your lights on and pay the electric company, but pay the left too. So he's telling people to stop using lights and electronics and to turn your air conditioning down like France. So eventually everyone will smell bad in New York. Now it's only about half of New York that smells badly, but and Spencer Pratt, you may be aware of him running for office, Los Angeles, California. He reposted Zohran Mamdani's tweet when Zohran Mamdani said, New York, it's hot out there. The power grid is working overtime to keep us cool. Set your AC to 78 degrees, which doesn't sound bad, except, it's 144 degrees outside. You might need to. So because of global warming, because of your SUV, they're all mental. And then he says, turn off your lights and electronics you're not using. Well, you probably would, turn off things that you're not using. But Spencer Pratt said, communism always goes the same way. And this is kind of fun, I've got to say. Communism always goes the same way. They smile and promise you the world. Free this, free that, abundance for all. How? He says, don't ask, right? Then they get into power, right, as when they're elected, and the rationing begins. First, a smiley ask, then a demand, then a bullet. You use too much energy, comrade, and that's it. That's we're half a step away from that right now. Isn't that amazing? Yes, it is. Also, I've got to say that there's the Democrats are mentally ill, as we know. Here's the New York Post story on this. New York City budget funnels $7 million to transgender programs, including the drag time story hours for children, because you know how they hate everyone, and it's pretty amazing stuff. But they $7 million, and I've got to say that there's one at least member of the city council in New York City that's not completely insane, and her name is Vicky Palladino. Vicky Palladino is pretty great. She's a Republican, and she is from, obviously, otherwise she'd be mentally ill, and she's from Staten Island, and she said, listen, the new budget from New York City from Kwame Mamdani, the new budget has, for the record, here's what she writes, Vicky Palladino, New York City Council member. For the record, Drag Queen Story Hour now receives more city funding than the Department of Veteran Services. I'm sorry, Drag Time receives more than the Department of Veterans Services. And Vicky Palladino writes, understand where we are. That's what she writes, and she links to the New York Post story about the new budget funneling $7 million to transgender programs and transgender story hour. And there's a picture of a mentally ill freak show who is a Democrat, just a mainstream Democrat. Isn't that amazing? Also, speaking of the Democrats, and, you know, they hate the Jews. Even their Jews hate the Jews. The Democrats have power over people. The left has power over people. It's partly out of fear and partly out of fashion, but either way, pretty amazing stuff. Here's the New York Times. The New York Times headline: nations send rescue teams and aid to Venezuela after earthquakes. That's good. The number of dead continues to rise as search and rescue teams descended upon the country to dig out people buried in rubble. And we have in Virginia the great Fairfax County Rescue Team that goes to all these disasters, and they're doing amazing work, as they always do, with dogs, search and rescue dogs, and cadaver dogs, and so on. But they're there. And one of the countries that always jumps in first is Israel. Israel has rescue capabilities and teams that they always send to earthquakes and other disasters around the world, because it's just the kind of people there. But here is Ayal Yacobi, who tweeted out the New York Times story, nations send rescue teams to Venezuela after earthquakes. And Ayal Yacobi writes, the New York Times published an entire piece on the global response to Venezuela's devastating earthquake. They named every country that sent rescue teams, even those that have only pledged assistance. Yet Israel, which already has over a dozen rescue workers on the ground there, was left out. Oh, we're left out because the New York Times, they're just saying trendy with the lefties, and the lefties are fascists, and so they leave out their anti-Israel from the river, only from the river to the sea, though. That's the only thing with them, river to the sea. So the New York Times, just another key in the lefty house organ. Pretty amazing stuff. These people, can I just say? Also, it's being talked about now, and when the Supreme Court broke the news, I talked about it in the moment. The great John Solomon, great reporter John Solomon, reporting on it too, says, but wait, there's more. Is one John Solomon confirming that the Congress is now going to have to take up this birthright citizenship. That's the first thing I said when the decision came down, that you can't go to the courts like the left does to legislate for you on every issue. They will interpret the law and the Constitution as they see fit, and it won't always be what you want or what I want. But the reality is, this is what we have a Congress for, to pass laws, not to file lawsuits and charge people with crimes and take it all the way to the Supreme Court to see if we can have the courts resolve us for it. But why don't we have, and we've even got a slender majority in the House and in the Senate, why don't we take these matters to Congress and pass them, maybe legislation. We could pass laws. We have lawmakers, a whole bunch of them, plane loads of them here in Washington. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Man, I am telling you. So we've got that going. Oh, by the way, and I'm sure everybody was watching. My best row and I were at home. We were by ourselves watching the big soccer game last night, and Team USA, and they kicked butt. Now, I mean, it's soccer, so you gotta take a pill with that. But we beat Bosnia now, and it was funny. I was even texting people last night. I used to go to Bosnia back when they were having a dust up long ago. And Sarajevo and Tuzla and Task Force Eagle and all that good stuff in and out of Bosnia. And Bosnia-Herzegovina, I remember there was a debate about how to pronounce Herzegovina way back then. And these poor SOBs, a lot of these players, or some of these players at least, playing for Bosnia last night, were kids when the war was going on and Sarajevo was being shelled and there were snipers everywhere. A friend of mine, a news guy, was killed by a sniper in Sarajevo, traveling in a vehicle. And it was bad. It was a war and everything. And some of these players were kids of war. And they lost. They lost 2-0. In fact, they lost 4-0. But 2 of our goals were called back by penalties. And I didn't like those penalties. I didn't like that at all. I thought the officials maybe had money on the game or something. Kind of looked like that. But we won, nevertheless, notwithstanding, we won 2-0 when we scored 4 goals. We at least were able to keep 2 of those goals. And to beat Bosnia-Herzegovina, I'd hate to, and that's Herzegovina or Herzegovina, because this was debated back in the 1990s as well. And Bosnia-Herzegovina, I never liked Herzegovina. I always preferred Herzegovina. But and anyway, you can just call it Bosnia. It's Bosnia for sure. But we beat Bosnia, and I felt a little bit bad for them. But there's some rough dudes. I think there were they've got a reputation of being rough guys, and they looked like and they behaved like some pretty tough guys. They grew up in a tough neighborhood. It's Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe has always been a tough place, and I feel for the Bosnians. I really do. But I'm really happy. It's great that Team America won, and moving forward now, the next big game and that soccer match called the World Cup is ongoing soccer match is the United States of America against Belgium, a little country in Europe, and it's kind of a cute place. Been there a couple of times, Belgium, and it's in fact I was just talking to Michael Shelton before the radio show, before we turned the microphone on, and I was reminded Belgium. There's no slur for Belgians. Did you know this? There's you got crowds for Germans and frogs for French and limeys for the English. And Monty Python's Flying Circus did an episode.
Limey!
But there is no slur for Belgians, they said, on Monty Python's Flying Circus. After listing and for, Italians, all kinds of slurs, of course, but no slurs for Belgians. So the Monty Python boys came up with a slur for Belgians. Do you remember what it was? Anybody? That's right. It was big, fat, bloody Belgian bastards. Big, fat, bloody Belgian bastards. That's what
Belgian waffles.
Flying Circus came up with as a slur for Belgians because they were upset that they had not established a slur for Belgians. But in any case, we're playing Belgium, our next big soccer game on Monday night. I believe it's 8 p.m. Eastern time. And last night was fun, 8 p.m. Eastern time last night. And it really went right to 10 o'clock. It was pretty good. For a soccer game, I gotta say, and our guys are good.
I'm just so sick of seeing that.
Having some fun and
just so sick of seeing fucking
having a nice time. The Bosnians, they
Lady Venom.
I'm
blocking them. I don't even want to see him on my spy phone. I don't even fucking care. It's the same fucking shit. Every fucking day. Lady Venom, get a fucking life. Would you come on up here, Lady Venom? I'll never go to your chat again.
Making sense of the news.
Your little buddy fucking Bud sitting there waiting to time people out. Oh, Bud.
Center. Good news first, and that's Bowie. All lanes finally open.
German lady, are you still here?
Tractor trailer crash, eastbound 50 at 197. Incident cleared.
Did you want to come up, German lady?
Beltway, New Carrollton.
I might have something to talk about with you.
Broken down outer loop between 450 and the BW Parkway in delays before 202. Heaviest stretch of the Virginia Beltway inner loop before the Georgetown Pike to cross the American Legion Bridge. Now from
I block CB. I'm sick of CB sometimes. That fucking girl is out there. She don't know when to keep her mouth shut. She really doesn't.
Today and a heat index near 110. Overnight,
I don't find it amusing. It's a little sickening.
You single and looking, well, love can find you at a
She's getting to be like Angie. Please don't be like Angie.
Are you sitting in my seat? There's been a mix-up. You get moved to a
Angie looks at people and she sees skin color because of her own skin color. I don't look at people because I know I'm white.
Real fast. It's just lunch. The smarter way to date.
But white is a color. I'm a person of color.
Call 202-466-4333.
Post people show up day after day.
Angie appropriated our fucking culture.
Next. At Post University, nursing
Wasn't for the white man, she wouldn't be free. She'd still be in Galveston fucking picking cotton.
With support that stays focused on
June
goals.
19th.
Post people do not wait. They keep moving forward, one step at a time.
No, I'm just going to sit here and listen to the news.
What is next? Become a Post person. Explore nursing programs at post.edu.
The question isn't whether the world is changing. It's whether you'll be ready for it. At Arizona State University, your education is built around the careers of the future. You learn from renowned faculty and researchers who are driving their fields forward, not just teaching about it. It's why we're ranked number 1 in innovation and number 2 in employability among U.S. public universities. Future-proof your career. Explore more than 350 programs at asuonline.asu.edu. That's a degree better.
If you're still using a sports book to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire Now DMV with Mamadou Bojang of Axiom Value Wealth Management every Sunday morning at 5 to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today to work toward the retirement you dreamt about, though outcomes depend on market conditions and individual circumstances. Listen Sunday mornings at 5 a.m. to Retire Now DMV with Mamadou Bojang of Axiom Value Wealth Management. Advisory services offered through Axiom Value Wealth Management, LLC. A registered investment advisor. Insurance services offered through Axiom Value, LLC.
Day or night, VerboCare is here 24/7 to help make every part of your stay seamless. If anything comes up, or you simply need a little guidance, support is ready whenever you reach out. From the moment you book to the moment you head home, we're here to help things run smoothly. Because a great trip starts with the right support. And hey, a good playlist doesn't hurt either.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
I am Winter Troxel. We're going to make one of the most difficult financial transitions of your lifetime easy. As we work through the challenges retirees face and how to overcome them, we have one simple goal for the show: live your best life and sleep peacefully every night. Give my team a call, 301-850-0683, and join us this weekend on WMAL.
Investment advisory services are provided by Apollon Wealth Management, LLC, an investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Insurance and annuities offered through MFG Insurance Services, Inc., and its associated insurance licensed agents.
Hi, I'm Steve Cockerham, owner of Betty's Jose Ranch in Fairfax. If you want to be a pro in plant care, join me with host Rick Fowler on Great Gardens Radio every Sunday at 9 a.m. on WMAL. This Sunday, learn what to do about summer lawn care and our hot, dry weather. Embrace summer heat by joining Rick and Steve every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on WMAL, or live stream us at WMAL.com. You can also listen to the podcast at GreatGardensRadio.com.
Washington's best way to wake up. O'Connor and Company with Larry O'Connor. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on WMAL.
Slightly different. My memory, I haven't seen that in decades. Belgians who will be playing in a soccer game on Monday night Monty Python called them miserable, fat Belgian bastards. That's what Monty Python called them. Just wanted to be a slur. And The Guardian has a headline, Belgians are lazy, fat drunkards. That's the headline there. Well, we ought to be able to beat them in a soccer game. Let's go to the telephones, Michael. Let's go to Steve, calling from Ashburn, Virginia. Stephen, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning. Great show.
Steve.
Thanks very much. And God bless America in all kinds of ways, including our football team.
Including our football team. Yeah, that's we'll just call it soccer. We already have a game called football, you know.
That's right. I'd like to give the Democrats a new term. They're new to you. Let's stop calling them socialists and communists and all. They think life is a zero-sum game. It's about the have and the have-not. If somebody has something, it means somebody else might not. They want equality for all, forced free distribution of wealth by the government. We'll all be equally miserable. And then no innovation by the patriarchy, if you would like to say. We'll all just be wearing gray. It'll be horrible.
Well, it is the future, and but they'll be cross-dressing in gray, though, won't they? Because they're mentally ill. You're right, though.
This is the Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center. Boy, Maryland Beltway, we are still jammed through New Carrollton into the broken down outer loop between 450 and the BW Parkway. It's along the left side, delays before 202. Slower stretch of the Virginia Beltway just north of the toll road that extends across the American Legion Bridge. 270 southbound after Route 80 Urbana crashed quickly over to the shoulder, but that's giving us a little bit of stop and go through there. Other than that, 270 running light. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Sunny, hot, and humid, a new record of 102 degrees likely today and a heat index near 110. Overnight, clear, very warm, low 80.
Imagine having complete clarity about your health, not just test results, but a clear plan built around you. Today, body scans and lab tests are easy to access, but true peace of mind comes from understanding what they mean and what to do next.
At Princeton Longevity Center, we go beyond testing to deliver clarity, strategy, and physician-led care designed to help protect and extend your life.
Our patients work directly with board-certified physicians specializing in preventive and longevity medicine, not algorithms, not generic reports.
But real doctors who understand your history, your risks, and your goals.
Yes, we use advanced imaging and comprehensive diagnostics.
But what truly matters is what comes next.
We interpret the results,
Connect the dots, and deliver a physician-led, personalized plan you can act on with confidence.
because information alone doesn't change outcomes.
Insight does.
At Princeton Longevity Center, your care doesn't end with a test.
It begins there.
Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. That's 888-8000-PLC.
Long shifts, full days. Post people keep showing up. Post University offers flexible online nursing programs. Become a Post person. Keep moving forward. Learn more at post.edu.
For generations, Advance Auto Parts has been there with all the right parts to get us to life's good parts. Because, like you, we're driven by the good parts too. So no matter the reason, the road, or the ride, more than 90 years later, we're always here to advance that unstoppable American drive. Visit your local Advance Auto Parts today.
It's Vince for Valor Roofing. Did you know that Valor offers discounts to everyone, not just veterans and first responders? It's true. This month, all homeowners can get 50% off materials and no interest financing until 2028. And here's something a lot of homeowners don't know. If a member of your family served in our military, you may qualify for Valor's Salute to Service program. At Valor, they're proud to support those who serve and the families who stand behind them. As a member of the board for Operation Raise the Roof, I want to thank the Valor team for providing Carol Callahan of Woodbridge, Virginia, widow of decorated Vietnam veteran Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Callahan, with a new free roof. As America celebrates its 250th year, let's remember the heroes who make our freedoms possible. Valor stands with you. And if you need a new roof, trust Valor to keep you covered with 50% off materials and no interest until 2028. Visit valorhome.com or call 833-83-VALOR. Tell them Vince sent you.
Trust your home to Valor.
Supporting our veterans.
833-83-VALOR.
When your business grows, communication can get messy fast. Calls come in, texts stack up, and suddenly your team is working in different places without the full picture. That's where Quo comes in. Quo gives your business one shared number, so every call and text lives in one place. Your whole team can see the entire history. Everything stays connected, and nothing falls through the cracks. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Get started free, plus get 20% off your first 6 months at quo.com/connect. That's QUO.com/connect.
Out on the road, it helps to have a partner like the Loves Rewards app. Download Loves Rewards today to get sweet discounts and earn points on food, fuel, drinks, and more every time you scan. Loves Rewards. Save and earn at every turn. Terms apply. See website for details.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
WMAL, making sense of the vote because elections have consequences. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Everybody, I assume everybody saw this couple that dress like what do they dress like? It's not really punk rockers. It's kind of sadomasochism. Black. They climbed the Empire State. Well, they say they climbed the Empire State Building. I assume that they took the elevator up to the roof deck, and then they climbed up the tower. But that's been made perfectly unclear to me. This young couple who are kind of a little bit famous, that got a documentary film about them. They call themselves Skywalkers, and they go around climbing on high buildings and things around the world, and it's kind of what they do. And yesterday they got to the top of the Empire State Building and then in New York City, and then climbed the tower to get to the very, very top of the Empire State Building, and then they unfurled a stupid flag with a childish mantra on it that only a 10-year-old would be pleased with. But it turns out that they're Russians. Did you know that? Turns out they're Russians, and that means they're from Russia and Putin. They might be spies. But I got to say, when I first saw it yesterday, and I saw their dumb flag, and I saw the flag is childish, but whatever. I thought that was kind of fun. I've always liked climbing high things when I was a kid. I used to climb water towers and broadcast antennas, and as a teenager, and just for the hell of it, and a couple of friends on a couple of occasions. But I never climbed the tower on the top of the Empire State Building. I have been to the top of the Empire State Building, and my best girl and I, we went to the top of the World Trade Center about 2 weeks before planes crashed into the World Trade Center and knocked them down. We were up there for a weekend, just to have a weekend away from D.C., and said, hey, you ever been to the top of the World Trade Center? No, I haven't. So we went down there, went to the top of the World Trade Center, and a very short time, just days, I think it was 2 weeks later, maybe even 1 week, the planes crashed into the buildings and knocked them down because terrorists, like Iranians, funded by Democrats and supported by the Democrat Party across America. But back to these people. The Empire State Building climbers starred in Netflix Skywalker's documentary. It's a documentary, and they put this black banner up. And it's what is it? When the power of love beats the love of power, then we will have world peace, or something ridiculous like that. Now that's very freshman in high school wisdom that they threw out there. But the couple arrested and charged by the NYPD for allegedly climbing the Empire State Building in Midtown Manhattan has been identified as Angela Nakula and Ivan Kuznetsov. I always like this name. There's a hockey player with this name too. Ivan Kuznetsov. It's Kuznetsov, and I believe it's pronounced Kuznetsov because it's a Russian thing. They know how it's pronounced. But Angela Nakula and Ivan Kuznetsov who starred in the Netflix documentary Skywalker's A Love Story. See, the Skywalker's A Love Story. And that's 2024. And it's about their global rooftop climbs because they like to climb on high things around the world. The film showcased the couple's climb of, Merdeka 118 in Kuala Lumpur. It's the world's second tallest building, 2,227 feet. Nikula and Kuznetsov, and goes by the stage name of Ivan Burkus instead of Kuznetsov, because it's kind of an embarrassing name. Were described by Netflix at the time as being based in Moscow. Moscow, that's in Russia where Putin lives. Probably spies. Over the last year, Nikula has posted multiple times on social media with photos and videos appearing to show the couple atop structures in California, including the Hollywood sign. That's not very high. Anybody could climb that. A 10-year-old could climb that. But Los Angeles County court filings do not list any criminal charges against either of them. But I have to say, they were charged yesterday with burglary, reckless endangerment, and trespassing, and a number of things, because it's probably anti-Russian prejudice, don't you think? I think that might be it. Yeah. When the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. This is their sign. Like, oh, dude, man, pass the bong, because that's pretty heavy duty stuff. Just great. But a documentary, and that's fine. There was a documentary about a guy that set up a high wire from one tower of the World Trade Center to the other tower of the World Trade Center before the jihadis crashed planes into and hijacked planes and murdered everybody. And the dude walked this high wire with the big bar walking across from one tower of the World Trade Center to the other. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. That takes some guts, and that was fun. But nevertheless, and notwithstanding, so these two people were arrested for climbing the Empire State Building and waving a banner, and then dude proposed marriage. Kuznetsov proposed marriage to his best girl while they're up on the top of the Empire State Building. And when I saw it yesterday, I said, well, I know they're going to, what was going on in real time. And I said, well, I know they're going to have to arrest him and everything, but it should be minimal, I think. I think it should be minimal. But now they've got, burglary. They're charging him with burglary. I'm guessing they're making a little bit of a show of it because they don't want a lot of people doing the same thing. People down on the street and on the sidewalk eyeballing the couple up there. And I think it took some, obviously, guts. And what I thought it was really a fun idea, and I thought it was romantic and cute that a couple would do before I knew they were Russians and, Putin moles and all that stuff. They're not really Putin moles. I'm just making fun of Russians, but it was kind of a cool thing. And they went all the way up to the top, and he got down on one knee and he proposed. Kuznetsov did propose to her, and it was pretty well. In fact, the NYPD, the New York Police Department, as you may know them, they went up there to arrest them and handcuff them and throw them off the top of that. Well, that's what Putin would do. It's not what the NYPD does. But one of the NYPD officers, at least, was wearing a body cam. These body cams that the Democrats they thought were going to make the cops look like the bad guys everywhere. And in reality, the body cams make the Democrats look like the bad guys everywhere. Because, why is that, Michael? Oh, because the Democrats are the bad guys in about 99% of instances. And here is the NYPD body cam of when the police finally get to this Russian couple up on top of the Empire State Building in New York City.
Hello? How you doing?
Pretty good.
Can you stay where you are? You can't be up here. All right. I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Well,
Drunk?
he is. You cooperate? Oh, Matt, you're on?
You hear the handcuffs. Handcuffs.
What language you guys speak? All right.
What language do you guys speak? Russian. NYPD. It's a very international city. And when you go to the top of the Empire State Building to get two people dressed like Russian pantomimes and all black, like they're hiding, they're invisible. You think they'd want to wear clothes that would make them visible from the ground rather than less visible. But what language do you speak? And Russian. Okay. Well, I'll arrest you. Spasiba, I'll arrest you in Russian now. That's very good stuff. And you can hear the handcuffs, and they're arresting them. And then they're charged with burglary. I don't know what they stole. And reckless endangerment and some kind of criminal trespass charge and all this crazy stuff. And they don't, they seem like perfectly nice people doing fun things. I don't know if it's entirely wholesome, but it's kind of fun. So police said that they were investigating the incident after a man and a woman climbed to the top of the 102-story building and up to the antenna around noon yesterday. TV images showed what appeared to be a man and a woman in masks. But they weren't protesting, I don't think, except for love, because love, when there's the power of love instead of the love of power, then we will have peace. And that's reminds me of Lorenzo Saint-Dubois in The Producers singing about the power of love. LSD, Dick Shawn in The Producers. Since Mel Brooks just turned 100 years old the other day, I think we should be observing Mel Brooks more and more. Remarkable stuff. But when the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. Yeah, give me an example of that, kitty cat. That's pretty amazing stuff. The man could then be seen kneeling before the woman. The couple was taken into custody around 1 p.m. Wednesday without incident. Police identified the pair again as Ivan Kuznetsov, 32 years old, from East Orange, New Jersey, and Angelina Nicola, and she's 33, also from East Orange. Their attorney, they have an attorney, information was not immediately available. Amazing stuff. Also investigating a person associated with a social media account documenting the climb. Oh no, you're part of a conspiracy to do something fun. And I should probably go to a penitentiary for that because we're no fun anymore. Social media account appeared to belong to Nikula, a self-described neo-artist. She's a new artist. Featured in the Netflix documentary Skywalker's A Love Story. And I've got to say, it sounds like kind of a fun love story. And good for them, doing something fun and exciting, getting out and about, doing like that. And the police have body cams so you can see everything that happens. And the cops, much to the Democrat Party's chagrin, are pretty much always the good guy. Isn't that remarkable? Yes, sir. Well, we've got a lot of ridiculous Democrat Party stuff because they give us so much stuff. And the Democratic Socialists, let's not forget about the Democratic Socialists of America either, because you know how they are. They're communists. They're here to steal everything from you and give it to people that give them money and vote for them. Aren't they amazing? All right, Michael, let's go back to the. I got to tell you, I love this. Before we go back to that, I want to go to these ridiculous Democrats. You remember David Axelrod? David Axelrod, as a highfalutin Democrat Obama administration, former Democrat journalist, quote unquote, in Chicago, and David Axelrod has a Twitter account. And listen to this. Listen to the humanity from the Democrat Party. So David Axelrod writes, "This is about Democrats running cities not very well." David Axelrod writes, "So is still a big-time Democrat and, billionaire and all that stuff. He's not really a billionaire, but the machine feeds him lots of money. David Axelrod writes, he's in Chicago, going by the Chicago Art Institute, where my mother used to do all kinds of work and things. Says, so I just walked by the Art Institute of Chicago, where an elderly man, probably homeless, there's a heat wave going on, was sprawled unconscious on the museum front stone steps in the midst of a heat emergency. I asked the museum," so he stopped to talk to a security guard, he says, "I asked a museum security guard about it, and she said she had woken him 3 times and suggested that he move into the shade, and he refused each time. That's because he's mentally ill and you guys threw him on the sidewalk. I called 911 and the operator said, quote, well, is he asking for help? That's what the operator said, end quote. When I said no, she said, well, I'm not going to send anyone. So the man remained passed out in the blazing noon sun. I guess that's how the city of Chicago deals with such situations. I've been talking about this for years. Perhaps I should have tried to wake him and tried to persuade him to move into the shade, but I'm embarrassed to say I didn't. I moved on, like many others who simply ignored him. I hope we're not all complicit in assisting an unintended suicide. So this is the Democrat Party, right? And then we can get the report tomorrow. A dead man found on stone steps of the Chicago Art Institute. But this is, for how long have I been talking about this? I've been talking about this for a long, long time. And it's this is what we've done across the country in the United States with homelessness. We've got mentally ill people that have been thrown out onto the streets, onto the sidewalks by city governments, quite honestly, and their Democrat cities. This is, you need mental institutions. You need to pull people off of the sidewalk when they're sleeping there and they're dying. My great friend Amber Duke retweeted David Axelrod's pathetic, whiny, oh no, so I left him to die and then I went to Starbucks. And Amber Duke writes, who's just wonderful, says, this is really something. Obama alum, David Axelrod, Obama alum discovers the failures of blue city government in real time. And look, this is what we do, the lack of humanity involved in this. This is the norm. We have mentally ill people in the United States, and what have we done with them? Do we have mental health care? Do we have mental and stuff? But I thought Obamacare fixed all that. Another giant Soviet-style lie, giant epic lie. And the man has been left to die in the heat wave or when the winter comes in Chicago. He's been left to die. And Democrats, like big-time Obama administration officials, they walked by and he said, well, I was going to ask him if I was going to wake him up and ask him if he needed help, but I didn't. So I just went to a $200 a plate restaurant a couple blocks away and then got my limousine and went back to my penthouse. It's good to be a Democrat, isn't it? But this is what we've done with homeless people in the United States of America. And here's David Axelrod kind of making light of the man left, to fend for himself, to die on the sidewalk. The heat wave this time, the Arctic blast next time. And this is what we've done as a nation. And people come here from other countries like, why are there all these crazy, snarling, toothless people yelling at me and chasing me down the sidewalk when I come to the United States to visit? And there's a one-word answer to that. You know what the answer is, Michael? Democrats. The lack of humanity, the lack of regard for our fellow human beings is on display. And Axelrod is talking about, hey, I can't believe he put it in print and put it out there. He's not a very bright man. Isn't that amazing? And he says, I hope we're not all, not just him, complicit in assisting an unintended suicide. He's not committing suicide, except unintentionally. But I tell you, the city's contributing to his death. Maybe you should say the city's murdering him by throwing him out of the street, knowing that he's not capable of fending for himself. We're at 888-630-9625. It's time to reopen mental institutions because there are too many Democrats sleeping on the steps.
Mom, you're on your own.
There's only one Chris Plant. The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center at 395 North, slows leaving the Beltway to the incident before Duke Street was along the left side. Interloop volume in through Annandale and again from the toll road to cross the Legion Bridge. Nice recovery into New Carrollton, broken down now cleared. Outer loop between 450 and the BW Parkway. Those delays just about cleared out. South on 270 after Urbana, that crash gone. Not seeing much of any delays between Frederick and the 270 spur either direction. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Sunny, hot, and humid, a new record of 102 degrees likely today, and a heat index near 110. Overnight, clear, very warm, low 80.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Working full-time and thinking about graduate school? Post University offers flexible online graduate programs built for working professionals with personalized support. Continue your education on your terms. Become a Post person. Learn more at post.edu.
Out on the road, it helps to have a partner like the Loves Rewards app. Download Loves Rewards and get great deals, like a free Loves coffee or fountain drink. Just buy any four, any size, and get the fifth one free. Loves Rewards. Save and earn at every turn. Terms apply. See website for details.
With an eSIM from Airlo, you get unlimited data wherever you go, which is handy because, let's face it, Florence is more Florence. When you can Google which David is the David and which one is just Dave.
Bellissimo.
Download Airlo before you fly and get all the data you need abroad. No sketchy Wi-Fi, no roaming charges, and no surprise bills. That's AIRALO. Airlo. Connection means the world. Usage restrictions apply. See more at airlo.com.
If you're still using a sportsbook to bet on the soccer tournament, you're getting robbed. Delete that app. Join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. Trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
It's Vince. I love cars, and I love PCU Fast in Chantilly. Right now, they've got a great deal on powder coating your car's wheels. Get all four wheels powder coated for just $850, including mount and balance. Terms apply. Powder coating your wheels by PCU Fast doesn't just look great. It's tougher than paint, resists chips, brake dust, and corrosion, and it keeps your wheels looking new longer. Visit PCUFast.com or call 703-705-9220. That's 703-705-9220.
Rick and I love our home. And the bedroom? Well, that was our favorite place. But like many men, Rick struggled with erectile dysfunction. He tried Viagra, Cialis, nothing worked. Then he went to True Vitality Medical Center. And in just one visit, my Rick is back.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. True Vitality Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, no matter your age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office. Men are now performing better, lasting longer, and feeling more confident than ever.
Right now, True Vitality Medical Center is offering your consultation and first treatment totally free. Qualified patients also get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222. Guys, this is life-changing. Why wait? Call now. 703-637-1222.
When we started Oakland Roots Sports Club, we needed a strong foundation. Gusto has had our back since day one, making sure every hire, every paycheck, and every player is taken care of. We have a team behind our team. Losers. With Gusto, we stay rooted and give Oakland the love it deserves. I'm Idris Argandois, co-founder of Oakland Roots and Gusto customer since 2018.
See why 500,000 businesses trust Gusto for payroll, HR, and more. Get started for free at gusto.com/roots.
WMAL, making sense of the headlines because common sense isn't so common. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Yes, and we have returned. Also, our 250th birthday is coming up. I'm thinking about taking one of our inventions away from the rest of the world. What do you think about that? I've got a couple of ideas. But let's go to the telephones right now. Let's go to Bob, calling from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Oh, Bob, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Thank you for taking my call.
Hey, Bob.
When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. That's what they said on their little banner that they flew. Probably a Jimi Hendrix quote, apparently. But you asked when you discussed this in the last segment, you said something about how you were asking your audience for an example of that the world would know peace. And I have an example for that. You ready?
Sure.
How about Jesus Christ? Is that a good one?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
You do believe in the Virgin Mary, don't you, Private Pile? You sound off that you do.
Excellent Full Metal Jacket reference. That is great. Yeah, that's fun stuff. Yes. Yeah. Well, these guys, I don't know. They're Russians, so they're still trying to catch up. You know, the 20th century kind of slipped away from Russia for a while there.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 10. Good morning. I'm John Matthews. Happening right now, a desperate search is underway in the Potomac River for a teenage boy.
Rescue crews continue the search for a 16-year-old boy who was in the water with a group near Great Falls Park.
That's why this
Potomac
fucker's
River
doing
around
that. What the
6:15
fuck?
this morning. A swift water rescue team from Montgomery County Fire and Rescue, along with choppers and a drone, have been searching the area since the teen entered the water and did not resurface. Back in mid-June, 20-year-old Towson University student Nazir Bell drowned in the Potomac River near the Billy Goat Trail. His body found 2 days later. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
This is going to sound like a broken record by the time we get to Sunday.
Extreme heat warning in effect both today and tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. So if you can get out now before 10 a.m., probably your best bet, because from then until 8 p.m., heat index values will range from 105 up to 112.
7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen. The DMV is under an electrical emergency alert to prevent energy blackouts during the heat wave.
This an energy emergency alert directs officials to take action to prevent blackouts and ensure essential operations like hospitals are fully functioning during this heat wave. The order also directs PJM to conserve energy by curtailing power to data centers and other non-emergency facilities that use a lot of electricity. The alert took effect at midnight and will last through 11:59 p.m. tomorrow.
7 News John Rogers. Both supporters and opponents of data centers turned out to protest against each other in Prince George's County on Wednesday.
The council's considering approving another 2-year pause. Councilmember Walla Blagay says she thinks there are enough votes.
We don't necessarily know how much water it's going to take. The electricity grid is an issue as electricity costs are going up.
Whether we want it or not, eventually we'll have to accept it. Why not bring something to the county that can be long lasting?
It might not be worth the squeeze. As you know, we're looking at other ways to bring resources to the county.
7 News Christian Flores reporting a vote could come next week. For anyone willing to brave the heat, it is Horsepower of America Day at the Great American State Fair.
We're going to see a flyover by the U.S. Air Force. Representatives from Waymo are going to be there to talk about artificial intelligence and how that's transforming transportation. Energy Secretary Chris Wright will be on hand to represent the administration. The Great American State Fair is a 16-day event that goes until July 10th.
Fox News' Doug Luzader. If you hadn't noticed, there's a big change this year for an Independence Day tradition on the mall.
The Capitol 4th concert has been moved up to tomorrow instead of Saturday. The concert will kick off at 8, and anyone there in person will have to pull out their phones to see the concert's fireworks finale. That's been moved to Mount Vernon this year and will be streamed.
As for the big fireworks show on the 4th, the Capitol grounds will be closed to the public.
7 News' Adam Longo. Checking your money, the Dow is up 324 points. NASDAQ's up 216. Up next, traffic and weather on WMAF.
Post people do not wait for the perfect time. They learn between shifts and family dinners. At Post University, online education is built for busy schedules, so you can keep moving forward without putting life on hold. And Post makes it personal, with support from real people who care about your goals. Become a Post person. Learn more at post.edu.
It's Vince for Artists and Movers. As a military brat, I remember my parents stressed every time we moved, worried something would break because some movers treated our stuff like junk. It was always stressful. That's why today, whether you're moving across town or across the country, I recommend Artists and Movers, a local family-owned business founded by Mark Lewandowski. He's a proud Terp fan, having graduated from the University of Maryland and a hardworking all-American guy. Mark built Artists and Movers on the vision of giving his customers honest, dependable, high-quality, stress-free moving services. Artists and Movers provides you with local and long-distance moves, storage, and even white glove service, meaning they'll pack and unpack everything in your home or office. You don't lift a finger. They'll do it all with care, professionalism, and the kind of
I got to do something. It's going to take me a minute. I got to take one account, put it on this phone, because all my old pictures are right here. I transferred some over, right? But for some reason, it doesn't want to do it again. So I'm making. I need a couple of pictures. They're of Tiffany. They're of you, Tiffany. Tiffany wants war. She. Look at this shit. They have New York chat. Ooh. So Tiffany had a stream last night. I didn't. I relaxed. We had fucking storms here last night. My internet was out for about 6 hours. I could use my Spectrum Mobile. I don't need to be hooked to my Wi-Fi on this. But I couldn't use my laptop. I couldn't watch my smart TV. But I could hear. One thing about having the Spectrum Mobile, especially like if the power goes out, which it did last night here, it was really, really windy. Bad. We had some heavy rainstorms last night. So, guess what I got to do? see, where was I? What do we got here? I got it. You guys are gonna love this. You guys are gonna fucking love this. I'll be right with you. I need to lift a couple more. Well, I can change. I found the pick I was looking for. This particular one right here. Take a look at that pic. Look at the fucking schnauzer on that motherfucker, huh? When I first met her, I went to her chat there, and the first thing she said, "Oh, if I'm self-conscious about anything, it's my nose." Yeah, right. You're self-conscious about your weight and everything, you fucking fat, ugly slob. You're in your 40s now. How long have I known you? You weren't very healthy. You're a cigarette smoker and everything. Fucking stretch marks. I lost 80 pounds or whatever you said you lost. She thinks she's out here teaching me a lesson, German lady. This fucking bitch right here doesn't even know me. I know who you fucking think you are. Angie clipping me. But you guys are fucking bitching that we fucking clip you guys and play you in your own words. if I started showing the pictures on this phone, it'll probably piss a couple people off. But then it would make more than twice that fucking laugh and giggle and have a good chuckle. Chuckle, 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 chuckles. Chuckle, chuckle, chuckles. Glare from my window. Dad, aren't I pretty? Gary thinks I'm pretty. That's why I sent nudes to Charlie. Oh, Charlie liked me. Oh, gee, Charlie, you made me feel good, Charlie. I'll send you a picture of my pussy. Yeah. Gary don't mind. You lied to God. You took an oath of marriage. You took marriage vows. You haven't forsaken her. You fucking trading nude pics. Then out here trying to be fucking virtuous. You're gonna tell me that I'm not following YouTube rules. Well, how about Angie? Angie doesn't have permission to clip my chat. I never gave her permission to fucking clip my chat. I never gave Tom Flash permission to clip my chat. I gave Rusty permission. I gave Will Durant permission. But I have a right to withdraw that too. Tiffany has nothing except to try to get somebody a strike. That's the only way she can win, is to tattle and, you're using my content. That's a copyright violation. I'm really important in YouTube. Don't be using my stuff. I don't know what woman over in the UK pissed you off, but I was sitting there doing a Scottish accent or whatever the fuck you're doing. Gary, why is your wife such a fucking slag? Just what fucking Wiggin calls people. Slag. That is a slag. Why is your woman all worried about me? Guess my money's not good enough. Huh? Oh, Tom Flash did a good job on his video. Oh, fuck you guys and your fuck. I am the video. I'm the video. I'm not clipping you. If I do, you guys fucking whine, belly, and cry. Wah. You look at that fucking thing. Look at this fucking thing. Look at her. Who the fuck is she? An overweight, fucking unhappily married housewife. Ooh.
Pretty amazing, right? The Sony True RGB TV, more vibrant colors than you've ever seen before. My fingers are so orange.
Incredible, huh?
Hey, Sophie.
The new Sony True RGB TV. See it for yourself at Best Buy.
What does your schedule look like? Long shifts? Changing hours? Post University offers flexible online nursing programs. Keep moving forward with Post University. Become a Post person at post.edu.
For generations, Advance Auto Parts has been there with all the right parts to get us to life's good parts. Because, like you, we're driven by the good parts too. So no matter the reason, the road, or the ride, more than 90 years later, we're always here to advance that unstoppable American drive. Visit your local Advance Auto Parts today. Are you single and looking? Well, love can find you at a baseball game. There you are rooting for the home team when a beautiful woman asks, "Are you sitting in my seat?" There's been a mix-up. You get moved to a skybox together and you fall madly in love. Or you can call It's Just Lunch. Their dating experts will get you out on some real dates for some real fun, real fast. It's Just Lunch, the smarter way to date. It's JustLunchDC.com or call 202-466-4333.
Post people keep going, even when life gets busy. At Post University, online learning is built for busy schedules with support from real people who care. Become a Post person. Learn more at post.edu.
You shouldn't have to choose between speed, reliability, and value. With Spectrum fiber-powered internet, you get all three for just $40 a month. No contracts, no commitment. Just fast and reliable fiber-powered internet you can count on. Switch today and get it for just $40 a month. Visit spectrum.com/40 for full details. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial lines. Restrictions apply.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tipper Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Mark Levin, weekdays 6 to 9 on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. I want to get to John Adams, who believed that July 2nd would become our national holiday for a variety of reasons. I have that coming up. Right now, let's go to the telephones. Let's go to Dave, calling from Silver Spring, Maryland. Oh, Dave, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Dave.
We talk a lot of sarcastically on your show because it illustrates the absurdity of the other side. But what I'm about to say, I'm not saying sarcastically. I am fearful that the Democrat Party has moved so far in a direction that it has, that Hitler, Mao, and Stalin would all stand a very good chance in a primary bid for as a Democrat.
Was there something controversial in what you said?
There goes the sarcasm. I didn't have to look that long. I'd say this would have been unthought. It would even be unthinkable, even 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Certainly.
It's unbelievable. I think they need to look at themselves and say, yeah, we probably would elect those people. What's wrong with us?
Well, they should. You notice that they're really not having that debate. There's a little bit of greediness going on with Hakeem the Jihadi Jeffries because he thinks he's going to be primaried and kicked out, which would be funny.
many could go back to carjacking, and robbing places at gunpoint.
This is the Chris Platt Show.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, the Cumulus Media Station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 10:30. Good morning, I'm John Matthews. An extreme heat warning now in effect through 8 tonight as afternoon temperatures climb above the century mark, with feels-like temperatures topping 110 degrees. Tomorrow and Saturday promising the same weather, and it's prompted many groups to move or cancel outdoor plans to avoid the worst of the heat. Search and rescue crews are searching for a 16-year-old boy who went into the Potomac River near Great Falls this morning with a group of people and did not resurface. An active search underway. It comes 2 weeks after a 20-year-old college student drowned in the river nearby. Former CIA Director John Brennan is suing the Trump administration, demanding a court order that would require officials to preserve records of investigations he says are targeting him for what amounts to phantom criminal conduct. The lawsuit says the records would shed light on the motivations of government officials who are investigating Brennan. Traffic and weather next.
This report is sponsored by Express.
My yard's getting mowed.
Your logistics business moves fast.
I don't have to do it.
Keeping up, Express Employment Professionals connects you with qualified talent fast. Express helps you hire smarter and stay productive. Visit expresspros.com for an office. Express Employment Professionals, respecting people, impacting business.
Steve Hirschhorn in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
On this day before the July 4th weekend, eastbound
Bye-bye.
301,
See you later.
Route 450 Parole.
Come again.
Bridge. After that, though, still not too bad to the Bay Bridge. 95 southbound. Very slow from one in Woodbridge down to 123. Then you slow again from Dale Boulevard down to Quantico, and then off and on after that down to Centerport Parkway in Stafford County. Interloop with Beltway northbound after the toll road, in a delay up to the Clara Barton Parkway. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Sunny, hot, and humid, a record high of 102 likely today. It is 94 at Reagan National. John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
You trust WMAL to bring you the facts, and so do hundreds of thousands of like-minded listeners and business leaders each week. If you want to grow your business with people who share your values, WMAL's Cumulus Digital Solutions can connect you with customers wherever they are. Whether you're a small business or building something big, we'll create a strategy that works for you. Radio builds trust. Digital drives action. Together, they deliver results. Contact Rex Minturn at WMAL.com/advertise and let's grow your business together.
Post people do not wait for the perfect moment to grow. They keep showing up for their work, their families, and the goals they still want to reach. Graduate school is a big decision, and it should fit the life you already lead. At Post University, graduate programs are designed for busy schedules, with flexibility and guidance along the way. Because Post makes it personal for every next chapter. Become a Post person. Learn more at post.edu.
I am Winter Troxel. We're going to make one of the most difficult financial transitions of your lifetime easy. As we work through the challenges retirees face and how to overcome them, we have one simple goal for the show: live your best life and sleep peacefully every night. Give my team a call, 301-850-0683, and join us this weekend on WMAL.
Investment advisory services are provided by Apollon Wealth Management, LLC, an investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Insurance and annuities offered through MFG Insurance Services, Inc. and its associated insurance licensed agents.
Imagine having complete clarity about your health, not just test results, but a clear plan built around you. Today, body scans and lab tests are easy to access, but true peace of mind comes from understanding what they mean and what to do next.
At Princeton Longevity Center, we go beyond testing to deliver clarity, strategy, and physician-led care designed to help protect and extend your life.
Our patients work directly with board-certified physicians specializing in preventive and longevity medicine, not algorithms, not generic reports.
But real doctors who understand your history, your risks, and your goals.
Yes, we use advanced imaging and comprehensive diagnostics.
But what truly matters is what comes next.
We interpret the results,
Connect the dots, and deliver a physician-led, personalized plan you can act on with confidence.
because information alone doesn't change outcomes.
Insight does.
At Princeton Longevity Center, your care doesn't end with a test.
It begins there.
Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. That's 888-8000-PLC.
Not planning today can cost you tomorrow. Stop worrying and start planning with Trajan Wealth. Contact Trajan today at 202-750-3300 or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
WMAL, making sense of world events, because those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
All right. The Democrat Party is violent and criminal, and they're pro-illegal alien, and they're pro-child murder, and they're pro-child sex assault. Only if you look at their policies and what they push for and fight for, amnesty for an illegal alien from Laos, who for years raped a little girl, sexually assaulted a little girl. Democrats found out about it. They dropped the charges and didn't deport him. And now they pardoned him because they want more of that. That sends a signal to other illegal aliens from any place, if they're child rapists, that the Democrat Party has your back. And they like that. And again, the angel mother and angel fathers whose children have been slaughtered by illegal aliens waved into the country by the Democrat Party, in disbelief, just sputtering that Democrats come in and fall asleep or pretend to be asleep, and they might as well go over and spit in the faces of the angel mothers, because the Democrat Party, they waved in all the illegal aliens that commit these crimes, and then they shrug and say, well, we really don't care about your family or your child who's now been murdered. And the mother is crying, just happy that her 19-year-old college student daughter in Chicago was only shot in the back of the head and murdered by an illegal alien, and happy that unlike the families around her, their daughter wasn't kidnapped, tortured, raped, dismembered, with her pieces scattered around the city in different locations, because that would be so much worse. And she's crying that she feels lucky that her daughter was only shot and killed. And that is, the Democrat Party is 100%. They're up to that up to their eyeballs. Now, let me go to Boston, Massachusetts, one of our cities with founding history and all that good stuff. There's video. A police officer is arresting someone or trying to arrest someone, and there's video now shows the crowd hurling objects and throwing drinks on the police officer, of course, attacking the police, a mob of Democrats. And video shows crowd hurling drinks at Boston police officer during chaotic street takeover. The Democrats are big on the street takeovers. Might have to shoot a couple of them. That'll cut down on the street takeovers. Now viral video, Boston police officer involved in a violent struggle. And he was pelted with alcoholic drinks while attempting to disperse a large crowd gathered in the city's Dorchester neighborhood. Late Sunday night, authorities said. Officer Jesse Kennedy, sure, of course, Irish cops, responded to a report of a disturbance involving loud music near Old Road and Ellington Street shortly before 9:30 p.m. Sunday evening. Now, I guess they didn't go to church, and found traffic gridlocked. An estimated 100 to 150 people and lowriders, cars, mopeds, dirt bikes blocking the area. A police report obtained Wednesday by Boston 25 stated, as Officer Kennedy worked to clear the crowd, he spotted a white dirt bike without a rear license plate being operated by an unidentified man, probably an illegal alien child rapist. According to the report, Officer Kennedy approached the rider and ordered him off the bike so he could verify the registration, the vehicle's registration, and the operator's license status. Right? The police say the rider refused repeated commands like Renee Good and attempted to pull away like Renee Good in Minneapolis. And she got shot in the face and killed because she crashed her car into a police officer at as high a rate of speed as she could muster. During the encounter, the dirt bike tipped over, as they so often do, causing both the rider and Officer Kennedy to fall to the ground. This guy shouldn't be riding a bike. Kennedy's body-worn camera reportedly became detached from his vest during the struggle. The report, the media is downplaying this too. In this report, the report states that the officer and the rider continued to struggle in the roadway while members of the crowd began throwing objects, including
It is funny, as it is.
beverages, drinks, and things at right at the Officer Kennedy.
Angie's not happy.
Officers were called to the scene. This is the audio.
Me and Yumi and German lady trigger her like fucking crazy.
While the mob was attacking Officer Kennedy, a mob of more than 100 people, maybe 150 people. They're all Democrats.
Fucking funny.
Violently, criminally insane. Probably have a lot of sexual issues because
they're mad at me. I don't really care.
The Democrat Party, and so this is the actual audio of the actual event. And honestly, boom, boom. We got to bring in ice and maybe a little open fire on these things. Pretty amazing stuff. Enough is enough. This disrespect is disgraceful. The Boston Police Patrolmen's Association. This officer is lucky to be alive, and understaffing didn't help him. Sending cops from one understaffed station to another is an absolute joke. Fewer cops mean less safety. Being outnumbered on the streets is bad for everyone. Now, this is the Boston Police Patrolmen's Association putting out a statement. They're understaffed. The Democrats don't fund the police. They don't back the police. They don't support the police. They support criminals, including illegal alien child rapists in the country for 20 years. Long since convicted and confessed to serial child sex assault. And they say, well, hey, look, in Thailand, it's normal. It's like, well, you're not from Thailand. But that's your excuse? And so I say, well, in Mexican, it's like as an American, say, well, in Mexico, they hang people upside down for bridges by their knees. And so, yeah, but that's Mexico. And this guy, he says, well, in Thailand, it's normal. Man, oh, man. The incident in Boston is being investigated as aggravated assault on law enforcement officer and a motor vehicle law violation. And it should be if you're dropping your motorcycle on the police. But this is all, the Democrats have made all of this perfectly normal. Perfectly normal. You know, they've made normal. And honestly, our last caller was onto something there. Dave said, the Democrats, if Hitler were on the ballot, if Chairman Mao Zedong, were on the ballot, if Joseph Stalin were on the ballot, the Democrats would be voting for Joseph Stalin and Adolf Hitler. And look, and it's 100% true. Adolf Hitler was the head of the Socialist Workers' Party of Germany, right? And Vladimir Lenin, the Socialist Revolution in the Soviet Union, they murdered tens of millions of people, each of them actually. And then Chairman Mao, he murdered more than anybody in the history of the world. At least 50 million people. And they still have slavery. It's alive and well there, the Uyghurs and all that good stuff. But your Democrat Party, they're not on Team America. Boy, are they not on Team America. And they're not on Team Jessica Gorman. I can tell you that much. That's a fact. Now, there is something that I wanted to share with you because it's fun. It's kind of fun. And my friend Kevin sent it along this morning. Kevin Tober sent it along this morning. And it's interesting because today is the 2nd of July. And that means that the day after tomorrow is the 4th of July. Saturday is the 4th of July. We're going to have big fireworks here in Washington, D.C. I'm looking forward to them. And they may start at 11 p.m., which is not the family hour for fireworks. But President Trump said he's going to give a really long speech. So the fireworks may start at midnight or 12:30. Nobody can say for sure. But that's not important now because honestly, the 2nd of July could have been the 4th of July, and today is the 2nd of July. And listen to this. The great John Adams, one of our founders here, John Adams, writing a letter to Abigail Adams because he was loyal and faithful and all that good stuff. Writing a nice letter while he was in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on July 3rd, 1776. And he wrote a letter to his loving bride. He wrote, had a Declaration of Independence been made 7 months ago, it would have been attended with a great many and glorious effects, he said. And that's he writes with great flourish and wonderfully, beautifully, his command of the English language. We might, listen to this, we might before this hour have formed alliances with foreign states. We should have mastered Quebec. We should have just taken over Canada back then, don't you think? Made it a state. And been in possession
Other
of
way.
Canada. That's what he says. Been in possession of Canada. And he goes on and he said, you know,
I got somebody
perhaps
here. I
wonder
got to go
how
for a
such
second.
declaration would have influenced our
reason, the road, or the ride. More than 90 years later, we're always here to advance that unstoppable American drive. Visit your local Advance Auto Parts today.
Being a nurse means being focused on others, on what someone else needs, to get through, to feel better, to get the job done. At Post University, our advanced nursing degree programs are focused on what you need to succeed, with 100% online classes on your schedule and monthly start dates that are ready when you are, so you can go from RN to BSN, BSN to MSN, even MSN to DNP. Ready to move your nursing career forward? Apply now at post.edu.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
WMAL, more than just politics, because laughter is the best medicine. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
All right, we are back. We have returned. I was going back to the telephones. I've got a bunch of socialists for you. They call themselves Democrats or Democratic Socialists. But when do you hear these people and what is in store for the United States of America? It's really something. Let us go first to Teresa, calling from the great state of Alabama. Teresa, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Well, good morning to you, sir. How are you today?
I couldn't be better. Better for having you with us.
Oh, well, thank you much. I have a little suggestion for all of the Democratic commies we've now started accumulating in Senate and Congress. How about they put their money where their mouth is and do it for free? I mean, let's just, put it all out there. If they're going to tell everybody that they have to be equal and everything gets done equally, then they don't need pay.
It's an excellent
We can start with the odd couple, AOC and Bernie Sanders. We can show them that we believe what we're talking about.
They should give their salaries back to the American taxpayers, shouldn't they?
Thank you very much, because they have no business taking my money and spending it on themselves. I can spend it on myself a heck of a lot better.
Like President Trump, they're very angry with President Trump all the time. But they learned that President Trump made a lot of money last year through one of his son's companies. $2.2 billion. And they're very angry about that. And they want to accuse him of being corrupt and all that.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 11. Good morning. I'm John Matthews. The next 3 days may prove to be all-timers in the eyes of the weather gods.
Record challenging high temperatures today up to 102. The record at Reagan is 101. Same deal tomorrow and Saturday for the 4th of July. If we get to 100, it will tie as the hottest 4th of July in over 100 years.
7 News' Eileen Whalen. Imagine having to work under these conditions as a first responder.
Even on an ambulance, going out, lifting patients, it can get more tiring than you think.
DC Fire EMS Chief John Donnelly, and so precautions are being taken, including trying to make sure there's 45 minutes of rest for every 15 of intense work in a fire. But that's not always a guarantee, he tells 7 News.
That's why we're monitoring all of the calls that we go on. But we're going to have to take our time this weekend. We're going to have to be safe for ourselves so we can help you.
Donnelly adds,
I'm so happy that our folks are in great shape, that they're hydrated and they're preparing for this. But this is really hard work for them.
Scott Wren of WMAL and WMAL.com.
First responders continue to search for a 16-year-old boy who was in the water with a group near Great Falls Park in the Potomac River at around 6:15 this morning. A Swiftwater team from Montgomery County Fire and Rescue, along with choppers and a drone, have been searching the area since the boy entered the water and did not resurface. Back in mid-June, 20-year-old Towson student Nazir Bell drowned in the river near the Billy Goat Trail. His body was found 2 days later. 5 people were injured in a crash involving a school bus and at least 2 cars in Gaithersburg this morning. This happened at around 7:15 at Hurstfield and Clopper Roads. The bus was not carrying any students, with school being out for the summer, but it did have a student driver on board who was receiving a lesson at the time of the crash, though the cause is still under investigation. One of the cars left the road and crashed in the woods, trapping the driver, but police say all of the injuries were minor. The intense heat may put record demand on the local power grid and could allow area data centers to kick on the diesel generators.
Emergency federal orders issued this week by the Department of Energy come after the nation's largest grid operator, PJM, which serves D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, warned the extreme heat could push energy demand to record levels, with the highest demand expected today. The federal order means PJM can allow utilities to direct some data centers to switch to backup generators as needed, and allow some power plants to keep operating temporarily, even if that exceeds environmental permit limits. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth thanked members of the National Guard deployed to D.C. this morning for the America 250 celebration.
It's incredible Americans like you who ignore the noise and you do your job. And you do it with courage, and you do it with professionalism, and you do it because you love your country.
Some of those troops are from Michigan, sent by Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer, who has warned she will withdraw them if they are used for crime-fighting purposes. A congressional report estimates the ongoing D.C. deployment is costing taxpayers over $1 million a day. Checking your money, the Dow is up 455 points, NASDAQ's down 56. Up next, traffic and weather on WMAF.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 26th through July 6th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
It's Vince for Artists and Movers. As a military brat, I remember my parents stressed every time we moved, worried something would break because some movers treated our stuff like junk. It was always stressful. That's why today, whether you're moving across town or across the country, I recommend Artists and Movers, a local family-owned business founded by Mark Lewandowski. He's a proud Terp fan, having graduated from the University of Maryland, and a hardworking all-American guy. Mark built Artists and Movers on the vision of giving his customers honest, dependable, high-quality, stress-free moving services. Artists and Movers provides you with local and long-distance moves, storage, and even white glove service, meaning they'll pack and unpack everything in your home or office so you don't lift a finger. They'll do it all with care, professionalism, and the kind of personal touch you just don't get with the big chains. Honest, careful, and professional. That's the Artisan way. So for your next move, trust Artisan Movers. Free quotes and WMAL listener discounts are available. Call 240-600-0998. That's 240-600-0998. Or visit artisanmovers.com.
WMAL traffic. Here is Steve Hirshhorn in the Hadid Traffic Leading Traffic Center.
95 southbound in Virginia on this day before the July 4th long weekend. In delays from Lorton, off and on, all the way down into Fredericksburg. A major delay right now with a couple of breaks, but it's under speed most of the way down from Fairfax County into Fredericksburg. Heading to the Eastern Shore right now. 50 and 301 eastbound, slows from I-97 to the Severn River Bridge with a brief break, and then you slow again from Cape St. Clair to the Bay Bridge. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Hazy, hot, humid weather continuing. Low 100s today. Will feel close to 110. Extreme heat warning.
My neighbor upstairs mowed my yard, so I gave him some money to go get us a sandwich at the local submarine shop.
Washington National Airport. I'm John Matthews. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM, streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plank.
I'll be having a turkey bacon ranch submarine.
Democrats are going off the rails. Democrats right now are focused on two things. They're focused on anti-Semitism and socialism. Right now, every Republican strategist is salivating on what these people have said in the past, and they're going to wallpaper it with it, and the Democrats are going down a bad path. They're electing these Democratic socialists. It's a disaster, no matter what you think of it, wherever your politics are. It's bad strategy.
Donnie Douche on MS-13, DNC. Oh no, the Socialist Party is taking over the Democrat Party. He thinks it's a bad thing because it's only about power. It's only about winning elections. He doesn't care about the humanity.
I've never been to that
He doesn't care
store.
about the little
It's not the store I bought my
aliens that are being
statue
pardoned
at.
by the Democrats in Minnesota. Just political power. That's it.
They have no idea who I'm at.
The Laotian that has been illegal alien, convicted in Minnesota of spending years raping a little girl, 10-year-old girl. And he made excuses. He said, hey,
I've never been to the Lucky Seven.
Minor thing for 3 years rape a little girl.
I bought my statue at a different
He says
store.
it's a cultural thing in Thailand. He's not from Thailand, but he apparently went there on vacation. It's a cultural thing in Thailand to marry and have sex with girls as young as 12. Well, then we shouldn't allow you or anyone like you into the United States of America because civilization is on the line here. And the Democrat Party is against civilization. Everything that undoes civilization, socialism and child rape and illegal aliens and open borders and everything they're anti-civilization. They're not on our side. And of course, socialism, the greatest murder frenzy.
Wow, German lady.
The Democrats want to keep alive so that they can kill again.
Bonnie Raitt. Let's give them something to talk about. How about love? I think that's who sings that. I'm not sure.
Mamdani, talking about stealing property from New Yorkers and giving, he says, and handing the property that they've stolen at gunpoint, as criminal mobs do, as communist regimes do, and handing over the property, he said, to responsible stewards, as opposed to the people that worked their whole lives and earned money and bought the properties. Then he would confiscate them like a communist pig dog. This is civil war is what it is. And the Democrats are starting another civil war. And Claire Valdez, no relation to Juan Valdez as far as we know. But Claire Valdez, she complains about white conservative men talking about who belongs in this country and who doesn't. Maybe we should just go back to having a white conservative men country. Became the most successful nation in the history of humankind. Most successful people, the freest people. And child rape was not normalized. The murder of teenagers by illegal aliens had not been normalized. But you guys are normalizing everything demented, everything sick under the sun. And Claire Valdez, backed by Kwame Mamdani, of course, in New York. And also there's Daria Lisa Chevalier. She doesn't know how to pronounce her last name, but I do. Comes from a third world deep hole country with a third world deep hole father who is a corrupt leftist radical. And now she's a corrupt leftist radical being backed by the Democrat Party and by Zoran Kwame Mamdani. And here's Daria Lisa Chevalier. Again, just playing Claire Valdez, the curse of white conservative men. We're going to take away electricity. All right, we're going to take away healthcare, airplanes, telephones. We're going to take everything away. Clean water. We're going to take it all away from you. You should just be glad that we let you near us, that we let you live in the same world as us. Otherwise, you'd be in a pit banging rocks against one another, eating scorpions. Now, let's go to Daria Lisa Chevalier, soundbite number 3, because this is the new wave. It's the new, the squad, which the media turned into heroes. Dumb, trampy women who don't know anything. And they're the heroes of the Democratic Party in Congress. And here comes...
That's how hot it is. Even the tumbler's sweating. And it's cool in here. I don't know. Fuck her outdoors.
Yeah, abolish ICE and keep our illegal immigrant neighbors safe, gang members, child rapists from Laos, because it's normal in Thailand, and their culture is just as valuable as our culture. Their laws, such as they are just as relevant as our laws, according to the left. and we must use every tool.
I don't have
to
coasters.
abolish ICE and keep our neighbors safe, our immigrant neighbors safe, meaning illegal alien gang members, rapists, and murderers, to keep them safe. And she asked them, do you think murderers should go to prison? And they say, no, I really don't think so. This is what they're all saying now. In Colorado, they've elected, she's a commie, that Chevalier calls herself a socialist. And in Colorado, they've got another one who calls herself a socialist, Mila Quiros. And she is another hero of the Democrat Party and therefore the media. And she just won a congressional primary, Democrats. I believe she's the one that knocked out a 12-term Democrat member of Congress in the primary. I think that's right, 12 terms and 2-year terms in the House. And Mila Quiros knocked out the Democrat in a primary. Isn't that amazing? Here's Mila Quiros, talking to the News 9 reporter in Colorado.
I need to get my hair trimmed.
Kyle Clark.
I almost did it this morning.
September 11th, 25th anniversary is coming up on the September 11th attacks. And here is the Democrat nominee for Congress in Colorado. Her name is Mila Quiros.
Was 9/11 an inevitable consequence for America based on U.S. foreign policy?
Inevitable in the sense that we destabilized a lot of the Middle East, that forced people to believe that another act of
These people are fucked up in the head.
And again, just like I said before, responsibility is to getting rid of those conditions.
You're an idiot, Wiggin.
Yes, it was inevitable. And
you are a fucking idiot.
Another act of violence.
I take Rusty over you any day.
Because we were the bad guys. We were allowing.
Just be thankful she's a woman and not a guy.
Oh wait, maybe that's not it. That's probably not it. And so we're our act of violence. But it was after September 11th that we had to go into Afghanistan. They were providing safe harbor to Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda, and then the Iraq.
So I'm waiting on my sandwich to arrive. I sent my neighbor upstairs up to the sub shop to get us a sandwich.
Just amazing stuff. She is. Well, it was inevitable because we are the bad guy, and this is her starting point. She is a Democratic socialist. She won Colorado's congressional primary, and she defeated Representative Diana DeGette, Colorado, on Tuesday. And I think DeGette had been there for 12 terms. And now she's gone and out of work. She's going to be working at a gas station soon because, member of Congress, what gas station, what are you going to do? So that's, she's quite something. She's not done yet. She was talking to Channel 9 News there. And 9/11 was inevitable because we forced people to believe that violence was the only response. And it's her fault. She's a communist pig. She is a pro-jihad, genocidal, Jew-hater, racist, and perfectly in the mainstream of the Democrat Party. Here is Mila Quiros.
We will not wait!
Listen to her. Somebody got one of those horns.
We will not wait to take the fight to Donald Trump and the oligarchy. We will not wait!
She's an incredibly stupid person, a low IQ person from a third world beep hole country where, once again, were it not for us, her sun-bleached bones would be half covered in sand and black scorpions would be crawling over her. She was born in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. Are we going to Addis Ababa, Mr. Luthor? She calls herself a democratic socialist in the United States of America. Just amazing stuff. And what is she? She also went to school for 20 years, college or something for 20 years. She went to Washington College, got a bachelor's degree, went to Notre Dame and got her law degree. Then University of Colorado in Denver, where she went on. And they love going to school forever and coming out stupider than the day they were born. Just amazing stuff. And her father was another commie pig in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, because the Democrats are making everything better. They're turning us into a third world country. And what's the matter with people from the third world taking over with all of their cultural traditions? And they some of them did fight for the Soviet Union back in the day. They're quite remarkable. And you listen to the tone of her voice, it's quite remarkable as well. These are not people on our side. Here is, and then listen to the anger. We're going to abolish ICE. We're going to open the borders. We're going to protect illegal alien gang members. Here is incoming Democrat House member Mila Quiros.
We will not wait to abolish ICE and pass Medicare for all.
Abolish ICE and Medicare for all. Those seem to be two unrelated things in the same breath, but this is the commie propaganda. They never make good on anything is the only hopeful part of it, but they try. This is a violent third world peephole movement that the Democrat Party has been taken over by, and they're all the jihadi, Jew-hating, anti-American, anti-capitalist Hakeem Jeffries. He's terrified of these people because he sees them coming for him. He calls them these people. So we're going to abolish ICE, Medicare for all, so we're going to have Soviet-style socialized medicine, and then the state can make you die anytime you want. And what was it yesterday that was Canada Day? I wonder, was anybody euthanized in Canada yesterday? Because they're euthanizing a lot of people. They're euthanizing more people than dogs in Canada, and nobody says anything about it. Democrats like, yeah, I'm good with that. Are they shooting them in the head? Because that's what Democrats prefer as real. So they're going to abolish ICE. You're going to have Medicare for all. You're going to have more and more communists. We're not going to wait. We're going to reject AIPAC and the air horns blow because the Jews and Israel got to do away with that. These people call themselves liberals. They're Hitler. They're just amazing, and they're not going to wait to end the genocide in Palestine. And the horns go off again. The genocidal people are the ones you're protecting, you mentally ill little filthies. Mila Quiros.
We will not wait to put an end to the politics of the past, to get big money out of our politics, and
Jews?
to reject corporate PACs and AIPAC.
Oh, and Jews.
These people are fucked up in the head.
Deutschland.
Wow.
We will not wait to end the genocide in Palestine.
The genocide in Palestine. No. The Israelis are committing genocide. They're killing Palestinians.
And listen to them chanting.
They're a bunch of fucking losers.
1933. And Ethiopia is,
I wish the internet would just drop. Fucking nobody could use it except for our military.
After all, the Democrats are the third world. The left is here. The left brings
that would be cool.
Worldism with them.
Go back to the way it was.
There's another one, Democratic Socialist America commie. Her name. What
would Alpesh do if all of a sudden he didn't have the internet?
Adik. And she's a man.
Or at the very least, YouTube.
Sheikh Sadiq is man. I was watching Sheikh Sadiq on the
remove YouTube,
and I started texting
and
Michael
Google.
Piercy while
hey, my sandwich is here.
Writing the ins and outs of the soundbite. Here is he's one of the top leaders of the nationwide Democratic Socialist America, Sheikh Sadiq.
Today, the United States is the wealthiest country in the history of the world, and yet more people than ever are struggling to get by. So we believe that workers deserve more in the United States.
Workers. And it's always, I've been hearing this for decades, everybody has, that we're the wealthiest country in the world, so we need to steal more of your stuff. And it's the old, we're $38 trillion in debt because of ideas like yours. Here's Sheikh Sadiq.
Our goal is democratic socialism, which we think is distinct from, the Soviet Union, which ended decades ago.
Yeah, I think it's distinct from the Soviet Union, which ended decades ago. You're trying to breathe life back into it, and a great war is coming. Here's Sheikh Sadiq.
So we point to examples in America's own history. One of the most famous democratic socialists that many people know is Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was a religious as well as civil rights leader, and he pushed for economic rights for all people.
They're trying to co-opt Martin Luther King, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., with gang rapes in the Hotel Washington here in D.C., but never mind that. And
the bottom of that door, will you?
Here's I played something of this guy a couple of days ago, Democratic Socialist America commie David Jenkins.
Our goal is liberation. Our goal is communism. We're a diverse body of libertarian socialists, libertarian Marxists, anarchists, left communists, and other schools of thought within the sort of left-wing socialist movement.
Yeah, that's sort of in the left wing. Our goal is communism. Well, all right, we got to take one here, but I've got more from the Democratic Socialists of America coming up, telling you what they're about. And you hear the guy trying to co-opt Martin Luther King. It's a religious cult. It is Jonestown on LSD. And instead of Kool-Aid, I am looking forward to the Kool-Aid day, though. I think that day is coming. These people, and they're just straight up Communist Party, and the media loves them. The media wants to get into a hot tub with them filled with lube and do all kinds of weird things with their hands all under the water. And when you hear this guy, Ashik Sadiq of the Democratic Socialists of America, he told us, I think, everything we need to know. That is coming up.
There's only one Chris Plant. The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Showtime.
Stay connected through the unexpected with Invincible Wi-Fi from Spectrum. Invincible Wi-Fi keeps your home running with fast, fiber-powered internet and automatic 5G and 8-hour battery backup, making sure you stay on track, working, streaming, connected to friends and family, no matter what. Be invincible. Invincible Wi-Fi from Spectrum. Visit invinciblewifi.com to learn more. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Post people keep going, even when life gets busy. At Post University, online learning is built for busy schedules with support from real people who care. Become a Post person. Learn more at post.edu.
Models are filling and payrolls next. Whoa, what the? I'm you with more gusto. What's with the leather jacket? It's kind of my new vibe, which, by the way, switch to Gusto for payroll. Switch? Oh, that's always such a headache. With Gusto, it's effortless. Kind of like looking cool in this jacket. Payroll, benefits, even 401k. Simple. Can I try it on? Gusto? Sure. The jacket? No. Switch to effortless payroll. Choose a future with Gusto.
It's time for Trash Day Nose Yoga with Hefty. Let's transform sticky scenarios with a joyful Santa Fabuloso. Inhale. You forgot to empty your kid's lunchbox. Exhale. A field of lavender. Inhale. Stinky leftovers. Exhale. Watermelon in the summer. That's the power of Hefty Ultra Strong Trash Bags with Fabuloso.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
For generations, Advance Auto Parts has been there with all the right parts to get us to life's good parts. Because, like you, we're driven by the good parts too. So no matter the reason, the road, or the ride, more than 90 years later, we're always here to advance that unstoppable American drive. Visit your local Advance Auto Parts today.
Is your patio, sidewalk, or driveway cracked or uneven? Have you tripped or fallen as a result? If you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Construction Specialties can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Construction Specialties has an economic solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Construction Specialties now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, MHIC 140530.
You've always been the one people count on. Now it's time to invest in yourself. Post University offers flexible online nursing programs designed to support your next step. Because at Post, you're never just a number. Post people do not wait. They keep moving forward, one step at a time. You can start where you are and build what is next. Explore nursing programs at post.edu. Become a Post person.
Stay connected through the unexpected with Invincible Wi-Fi from Spectrum. Invincible Wi-Fi keeps your home running with fast, fiber-powered internet and automatic 5G and 8-hour battery backup, making sure you stay on track, working, streaming, connected to friends and family, no matter what. Be invincible. Invincible Wi-Fi from Spectrum. Visit invinciblewifi.com to learn more. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
WMAL's Vince Colonnese, weekdays at noon on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
All right, and we have returned. Yeah, the Democrats are very angry, and it is worthy of note, I guess. The headlines yesterday all over the world. Trump made more than $2.2 billion last year. Sure. And they're very upset because they don't want people to be successful presidents and so on. But it does raise an eyebrow. There's no doubt about that. Trump made more than $2.2 billion last year. Experts say this extraordinary haul is only part of the story. But the outcry is dampened as people have just become numb to the grifting during President Trump's second term. Now, it's a lot of hooey. He has made, I guess, most of this money off of his son's company having to do with cryptocurrency. Don Jr. and both sons are involved in this crypto company, and I guess they're doing okay. And they made President Trump apparently over $1 billion on that last year. And President Trump, is a multi-billionaire who made $1 billion a year anyway. The Democrats lied about that. He doesn't. He's only worth $50 and all this stuff. He had to steal a car like Hakeem Jeffries. So as President Donald Trump has made more money than he was making as a private citizen, his personal income in 2025 nearly quadrupled the earnings from his business ventures in 2024, with most of his $2.2 billion gain from cryptocurrency, a nascent space that depends almost entirely on how it's regulated by the government. Sure. You guys, you got another fake scandal here. This one's about to gin up.
This is the Chris Plant Show. WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 11:30. I'm Scott Lynn with the feels like temperature going north of 110 degrees. There's an extreme heat warning in effect through 8 o'clock this evening. Cooling centers are open throughout the area to help as much as they can. The search continues for a 16-year-old boy who was in the water as part of a group near Great Falls in the Potomac this morning. Montgomery County is assisting with a swift water rescue team, drones and choppers on the lookout as well. Rescuers have pulled a 43-year-old security guard alive from a collapsed basement, ending a grueling days-long operation that became a symbol of hope after 2 earthquakes that struck Venezuela 8 days later. Up next, traffic and weather.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. During July 4th extra big deals at Lowe's, get 2 12-by-12-inch square patio stones for only $3. Plus, save $100 on a select Char-Broil Performance Series gas grill, now $179. $1 through 7/6 selection varies by location while supplies last. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Dr. Steve Herschel, the New Heavy Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Eastbound 50 and 301 on your way toward the Eastern Shore. The backup begins at I-97 now and takes you all the way across the Bay Bridge. Very heavy and slow right now trying to get over to the Eastern Shore from Annapolis. 95 southbound is very slow from Lorton most of the way down to Triangle, and then you get a brief break. You slow again off and on through Stafford County down to Route 17, Falmouth exit 133. South of that, 95 is not too bad. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Weather Channel forecast.
Sunny, hot, humid today. Record heat likely. High is 102. Record was 101 set in 1898. Heat index near 110 tonight. Clear, very warm. Lows of 80. Tomorrow, hot, humid, more record heat possible with a high of 104. Heat index of 110 plus. Currently 94 in Germantown, 94 in Waldorf, 96 at Reagan National. For Scotland on News Talk 105.9 WMAN.
Post people do not wait for the perfect moment to grow. They keep showing up for their work, their families, and the goals they still want to reach. Graduate school is a big decision, and it should fit the life you already lead. At Post University, graduate programs are designed for busy schedules, with flexibility and guidance along the way. Because Post makes it personal for every next chapter. Become a Post person. Learn more at post.edu.
Can lighter structures really be stronger? Yes, they can. ExxonMobil is helping advance American industrial innovation with Proxima Systems, enabling a lighter and stronger alternative to traditional rebar while lowering greenhouse gas emissions to help build a more efficient construction industry with sustainability in mind. ExxonMobil, let's deliver.
Get ready for Red, White, and Blue bargains during Family Dollar's 4th of July sale. From $1 freezer pots to ballpark franks for $4.25. You can shop special prices on summer favorites. Visit your local Family Dollar to shop the sale Wednesday through Saturday.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hard. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
For generations, Advance Auto Parts has been there with all the right parts to get us to life's good parts. Because, like you, we're driven by the good parts too. So no matter the reason, the road, or the ride, more than 90 years later, we're always here to advance that unstoppable American drive. Visit your local Advance Auto Parts today.
Bottles are filling and payrolls next. Whoa, what the? I'm you with more gusto. What's with the leather jacket? It's kind of my new vibe. Which, by the way, switch to Gusto for payroll. Switch? Oh, that's always such a headache. With Gusto, it's effortless. Kind of like looking cool in this jacket. Payroll, benefits, even 401k. Simple. Can I try it on? Gusto? Sure. The jacket? No. Switch to effortless payroll. Choose a future with Gusto.
The day starts early and it rarely slows down. That's life in nursing. Post people choose options that support their goals. At Post University, nursing programs offer flexibility for busy schedules, so your education can move forward with you. Post people do not wait. They keep moving forward, one step at a time. You can start where you are and build what is next. Explore nursing programs at post.edu. Become a Post person.
WMAL, making sense of education, because what's happening in your kid's school matters. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
The Democrats, and I can understand why this would raise an eyebrow. The president making $2.2 billion last year. That's a pretty good year. I didn't have a good year like that. I had a pretty good year, but not as good as that. And $2.2 billion in income. Crypto earnings draw Democratic scrutiny. The fact that President Trump breathes draws Democratic scrutiny. And then they go out and murder people and save illegal alien rapists from Laos. But it turns out about 1.4 billion of that is from the families, meaning his sons, both of his sons, cryptocurrency businesses, plural, generated within a year of his second term. A 927-page filing revealed that the President Trump earned more than $2.2 billion in 1 year from his real estate businesses, many plural, all over the world, golf resorts, many plural, all over the world, branded merchandise. He's got watches too, licensing deals, court settlements. The Guardian in the United Kingdom reported, but 1.4 billion from his son's cryptocurrency. So that, what is that? 1.4 billion. So that only leaves 800 million. Come on, that's peanuts. That's that's pretty amazing stuff. So he made 800 million on his own from his usual stuff, and then his sons running this cryptocurrency business, they were able to throw him $1.4 billion. Like, hey, good sons. I'd pat him on the head for that one. You guys, you should go swimming. Go ahead and take a swim in the pool. It's okay. We got a pond and a pool. Given the 1.4 billion, I guess the pool would be good for you. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, said the financial disclosure found how Trump profited from cryptocurrency. Oh, nothing gets by you, huh? He said Trump became richer while many investors lost money. He must not be familiar with how stock markets and things like that work. Sometimes people win and sometimes people lose. And in the same year, these people will win and those people will lose. But Gavin Newsom is, what's he worth? Like $800 million himself or something, is it? Or is it his wife? They own vineyards and they're really amazing hypocrites. They couldn't be bigger hypocrites if they set out to become bigger hypocrites. We were just talking about the Democratic Socialists of America. And one of their big leaders, whose name is Ashik Sadiq, and he's a communist, and he's trying to co-opt Martin Luther King, saying, well, Martin Luther King was a socialist, and we just want to be socialists like Martin Luther, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, who had many shortcomings himself. But Ashik Sadiq, he's a Democratic socialist. He's one of the leaders, elected national co-chair, which is what he is right now. And here is Ashik Sadiq talking about the plan for the Democratic Socialists of America since they're taking over the Democratic Party in the United States of America. And they're planning on stealing everything and starting a great big civil war and then probably a global war. They want Iran to have an arsenal of nuclear weapons. They want illegal aliens from Laos in the country pardoned and not deported and set free so they can commit their many odious crimes again and again and again. And here's the co-chair. He's a big time in this Democrat Party, Ashik Sadiq.
We have a big tent of all sorts of ordinary people who have many different ideas about what the pathway is or what the horizon is. I would quote what Dr. Martin Luther King said over 50 years ago. He said, call it democracy or call it democratic socialism, but there has to be a better distribution of wealth within this country for all God's children.
All God's children. They got God, so they're godless, of course, but they'll use any device. And Martin Luther King, they're using Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King said, call it democracy or call it democratic socialism. I must have been a socialist there asking Martin Luther King the question, probably from the New York Times. These people, I am telling you, just crazy. And they've got a big tent like Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey. They've got, and it smells exactly the same with the Democrats in it. Just amazing stuff. But Martin Luther King, he wanted socialism. This is what they're selling. Martin Luther, they're trying to co-opt the assassinated Martin Luther King. Isn't that amazing? He was assassinated by a Democrat Party presidential campaign volunteer, just for the record. And that should be mentioned every single time Martin Luther King's name is mentioned, that he was assassinated by a Democrat working for the George Wallace Democrat governor running for president campaign. Racist, segregationist Democrat. It's the whole Democrat Party story. isn't it? And yeah, we got a big tent, Martin Luther King, call it socialism, but it's for God's children. And I don't think he's a church-going communist. Here is Ashik Siddiqui.
We want to expand democracy. That's what it's all about for us. We want to expand democracy in our government, like some of the things he talked about, like doing away with the Electoral College. That's a pretty undemocratic institution.
Yeah, Martin Luther King said it was time to do away with the Electoral College. I've never heard that in my life. Somehow I doubt that's true. Maybe he was just saying that during a gang rape at the Washington Hotel. It's hard to say. And great. We got to expand democracy. And the Electoral College is an undemocratic institution. It is one of the most extraordinary democratic institutions in the history of humankind. It is genius. It creates fairness. It contributes certainly to fairness. And listen to how they always do this, these commies. They describe American democracy like it's utterly flawed, our constitutional republic. Like somehow our system of government, which has been the envy of the world for generations, is something that must be dumped on and disparaged. And they're going to make it better by killing millions of people, I think. Just amazing stuff. And inviting illegal alien child rapist Laotians into your daughter's classroom because they're severely mentally ill. And Martin Luther King said the Electoral College, there's no institution more undemocratic than the Electoral College. It's completely ridiculous. It is a genius, absolute genius, the Electoral College. A demonstration of how you level the playing field. The Democrats want to steal the presidency by winning California and New York and Illinois and leave it at that. And then they firebomb everybody else like they do Jewish governors' mansions and so on. So yeah, the Electoral College is undemocratic. And Martin Luther King was a socialist who wanted to do away with the Electoral College. And here is Ashik Siddiqui. And listen, he was asked, do you want to have open borders? Do you want to have open borders and free flow into this country? And listen to this communist answer. Well, we've got open borders for capitalists. Listen to this.
We believe that right now what we have is open borders for capitalists, for CEOs. We have people who run major companies.
These fucking people say the dumbest shit.
Jobs out of communities.
Hey, Wiggin, are you a capitalist? Just wondering. Got all that money.
Are the problem. They are the bad guys. We have
must be making money somehow. Got all that fucking money. That's why Alicia's there. She's not there because you're good looking or you smell nice. She's there because you're fucking flashing all them $100 bills on camera. That's a good way to attract people. Flash a bunch of cash. You'll have fucking friends you never thought you had.
Healthcare insurance company. Because he
Wiggin, you want to say shit about me all the time? You have on your chat? You're a fucking piece of shit, Wiggin. You wouldn't last fucking 30 seconds if you and I got in a fist fight. I'd throttle you so fucking hard you'd fucking cry.
And suicide vests in no time at all. Here he comes after.
I can back my words up, boy.
We have open borders for capitalists.
Oh, I grew up with Hell's Angels. Oh, they let me buy beer.
For gang members. And I guess cocaine trafficking and fentanyl trafficking can be called capitalism, but your gangsters.
It's all money grab. It's the only reason Alicia's there is to fucking earn $1. Trying to find an easy way to make a buck.
Elon Musk. And here it comes.
Because she doesn't have a job.
Right now, Elon Musk
she doesn't have her own money.
In America's own history.
Not unless she gets welfare for her kids back in wherever her fucking kids are. What woman moves in with a guy without her kids? Takes on his fucking disabled daughter. She even said it. You just want me to leave her to me.
And there was for a period of time a
glorified diaper changer. Like I said, I feel for the daughter. She doesn't realize what a piece of shit her dad is.
The tax man. Now that's 19 for me, 19 for you, and 1 for me.
Sad.
They're 95% marginal tax rate in England at the time, and the Beatles wrote about it because they couldn't believe it when they started making money. The communists always they come for you, they come for your stuff, then they come for you. 90%. Eisenhower, a great Republican president, smashed the Socialist Workers' Party of Adolf Hitler in in Western Europe in World War II, became president, built the interstate highway system, marginal tax rate. And it turns out this is one of these things where, like, if you made $500,000, that you make $400,000 at a normal tax rate, then from $400,000 to $500,000, that was taxed at for a brief period of time at 90%. There was, but it wasn't your whole income. It was just the top part, and that disincentivizes.
I make things happen, that's for sure.
And hiring great CEOs to run your company, to expand, to hire more people, to fund more households and private schools and colleges and grocery stores and everything else. But they are just amazing. Yeah, and Elon Musk became a trillionaire. Then he goes immediately, and only for a minute, because then his the value of the company, the IPO, the initial public offering, the value dropped shortly thereafter. No longer a trillionaire, but he earned it, unlike you, Ashik Siddiqui. And he said, so Elon Musk, first trillionaire in American history. It's in world history, but never mind that. And that should pay a 90% tax rate like Eisenhower. And now now he's jumping back more than a half a century to say that we're about to turn 250 years old. And he said, well, more than 50 years ago, 60 years ago, more than 60 years ago, Eisenhower, who won World War II in Europe, he thought that a high tax rate, marginal tax rate for portions of income. So they're coming for your money, and they're creating resentments, which is key to everything. Envy and resentment. Here's Ashik Siddiqui. Listen to this. This is now he just drove landlords out of New York City, and people are fleeing like it's on fire. And here he is. He's actually bragging about this. Remember when he went and made a video out in front of, what was the guy's name? The very wealthy guy had a $239 million condominium or something. And he's like, and he doesn't even live here. He pays the property taxes and he doesn't use any city resources. But here he is coming after. Communism is on the march in the Democrat Party. Ashik Siddiqui.
In Manhattan, in the island of Manhattan right now, 1 out of 3 apartments are vacant right now. They're just owned by rich people. Nobody lives there. This is what
take them away. So take them away from the property owner and give them to the people.
In New York City, they just passed a pet-a-terre tax, a tax on people who have multiple properties, multiple apartments, and they should pay that. They should help fund affordable housing for everybody.
Ken Griffin is the rich guy who had the very expensive condo, and the communist mayor went in front of his building. The guy had to leave New York. He had to flee New York because the communists are coming and they're shooting people that, President Trump has shot, and Charlie Kirk and Congressman Steve Scalise, and they demonize and they vilify and they get people killed, and they're fine with that. You get the college students murdered in Chicago and children raped by illegal aliens. They're fine. But wait, 1 in 3 apartments in New York City is vacant. Well, do they pay property taxes? Yeah, sure they do. But they don't use any city resources because they don't live there. Well, then you should want more of those people that pay their taxes and don't use any city resources. Will Kane was talking to him on the Fox News channel yesterday. So wait a minute, you want to take away the property from the owners and give the property to other people? He said, well, we need a pied-à-terre tax. They don't live there all the time. They already have that. It's called a property tax. And they say, well, no, we want an additional tax because we're filthy criminals and thieves. That's our thing. And then here are a bunch of Democratic Socialist American people lined up back to back, saying, well, this is who we are, and this is what we're moving toward in the United States.
I am a communist. This is what I want to fight for.
As a communist who does, pro-Palestine organizing.
Our goal is liberation. Our goal is communism.
We are revolutionary socialists who believe in the working class. At the end of the day, we're in DSA because we believe that DSA can be the vehicle for socialism here.
Trotskyism, I adhere to, and I think the type of Trotskyism Trotsky actually argued. DSA has remained one of the only coherent poles of resistance to both fascism and capital in the United States.
We have to be ready to take control of our neighborhoods, to fight for our neighbors.
If you're a cop or Zionist, stay the
out of DSA because those are the two criteria that we actually don't allow.
What is that weak point that we can push on to help start breaking capitalism down? And it's working.
And it's working. That's who they are, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Democratic Party today. They're not democratic at all. Pretty amazing stuff. By the way, back to the Trump family's earnings last year in the cryptocurrency. The two sons, Don Jr., and Eric Trump, running the cryptocurrency business, and the family earned Dad $1.4 billion. Eric Trump says he moved to cryptocurrency after the family business became the most canceled company in America. So the Democrats waging war against the Trump family, and the two Trump sons moved out of a number of the Trump family businesses, went into cryptocurrency. They've been incredibly successful. Apparently, they figured out how that works. It has benefited their father and the family, and now the Democrats want to start decapitations over that because
I'm leaving pretty soon.
At all. They're not recognizable as
news is over.
They would give
nice day out.
John F. Kennedy all over again.
I'm gonna go for a walk.
Now. You know, like Lee Harvey,
get out of the apartment.
And the Democrats. Lee Harvey Oswald has 2 kids alive and well in Washington today. In the United States today. The Democrats should find them and run them for office. Because
and then I'll go live at 6 o'clock, more than likely.
You're listening to The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
The Nissan Rogue. Pack it. Push it. Rev it. Rip it. Test it. Trust it. Drive it. It can take it. The 2026 Nissan Rogue. Built for all the noisy, crazy, happy chaos you can throw at it. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
Hey, I'm happy to go live, provide a chat. Anybody wants to come in, they don't want to come in, they don't have to. Some of them, though, they watch, and then all they do is complain. I'm not going to watch somebody's channel and complain about it. I can't participate in Acid's chat because he blocks everything. Then he comes over here. He thinks he's going to come over here and be able to participate in my chat as he blocks me and bans me in his chat. It don't work that way, boy. You don't matter. This is an American. I'm in America. This is an American chat. Live with it. You're the traitor, Wiggin. Wiggin, you are a fucking backstabbing motherfucker. I'd like to shove the American flag right up your ass. That'd be fun. Them fighting you with a fucking flag protruding out of your ass. You would stand in front of me, fucking, you wouldn't last 30 seconds, Wiggin. Punk, motherfucker. You're the punk. You are a punk, motherfucker. There, my bird is out there. That fucker's purple. Different shades of gray. The fuck out of here, Paul. Yee skirt. Paul is Yee skirt, by the way. No hassle. That's who Yee skirt is. It's not him. It's that fucking other moron calls himself Keith Farron. Fuck you, loser. The fuck out of here, Paul. I don't like you, Paul. You're a punk ass motherfucker. You can click on my link if you think you want to come up, Paul. These fuckers all trying to get my attention. You're a fat ass motherfucker, Paul. Dumb motherfucker. Mikey Mick. All of Dougie's friends. Isn't that a miracle? Just once. Now you really don't have much of a say in here, British boy. You go to dogs and run your mouth over there and wherever else you fucking do. Oh, fuck it. Yeah. Baron von Raschke. That fucker would squeeze an apple. Bill Goldberg is one of the toughest motherfuckers out there. That son of a bitch is a fucking... That guy was an athlete. You didn't want to fuck with him. That fucker would pick you up, just dump you on your head. Wouldn't even have to take a swing at you. If he got his hands on you, you're fucked. My grandfather was like that. You didn't want him grabbing a hold of you. Wouldn't be good. Unless you're trying to save your life. Here, Patrick Rowe, even though I have you blocked and banned and shit, all right, I know you're watching. My father taught me how to swim. It was at Millsite Lake in Theresa, New York, not far from here. He threw me off the end of the dock. I don't know, 2.5, 3 years old, enough where I started treading the water, but then he jumped in right at me, and I can barely remember it. But when I was a kid, during the summertime, I was in the water all the time. Yeah, I got a feed on my YouTube. I watch all that stuff, German lady. Yeah. Baron von Raschke. He actually wasn't German or anything like that, but he was a great big tall man. He would crush apples. Yeah, he did the claw on people. My grandfather Johnson had hands that were huge. My grandfather hands would cover your face. They were big men. My hands are tiny compared to some of the men in my family. Seriously. Wow, look at this fucking shit. Fucking Christ. I didn't even fucking type that. Yeah, fucking watch that motherfucker. Hey, I'm gonna help you out. I'll get you some views on your channel, Angie. Angie's got like 3 or 4 shorts where I'm up on a panel, whether it's my place or Vader's, and she's fucking crying about it. Why don't you come up, Angie? You're big, strong woman. Why don't you come on up and tell me the way it is? Come on up here and tell me I'm a racist, Angie. I'll let you. Come on up. Nothing's stopping you from coming up here, Angie. I don't think your friends are gonna befriend you if you come up here and talk to me, and then all of a sudden you're nice, huh? I told you, fucking Randy and your friends are the one. They're the reason, right there. You support that shit. You put yourself out here. You can't come out here and expect people to ignore you. When you fucking throw your ass up in their face. That's what you fucking children do out here. I'm old enough to be your father, for Christ's sakes, Angie. You can get mad because I called you niggalicious? Are you fucking kidding me? That's racist? What a piece of shit you are, Randy. That's what you want? You want to see me be ugly? Tiffany. I'm gonna report you. Copyright. You don't know the rules. Well, obviously Angie doesn't know the rules. She doesn't have permission to clip me on any panel. I'm fucking serious. You think I give a fuck? I'm glad you don't come here, to be honest with you. Fourth of July weekend coming up. Maybe if I was back at my old job, I'd be working probably right now, getting ready for the weekend. Oh yeah. When you work saute cook, you're the one that's preparing the appetizers, like escargot and crab legs. Mary Bernie wants to do a cook-off making an Oreo cheesecake. Oreo cookies aren't hard to make if you know how to bake. You can make them yourself. The filling's nothing but fucking shortening and powdered sugar. That's all it is, whipped. Creamed up. You ever cream sugar into butter or shortening, Mary? Yeah, you put a little cream of tartar in it and it helps stiffens it. Mary wants it. So what kind of cheesecake are you going to use? A mix? Or did you say you're going to make it from scratch, or is it a big secret? Mary Birdie doesn't talk to me at all otherwise. And I'll fucking sit around with her diamond art or whatever the fuck they do. Like, I give a shit. There, Mississippi, she does pottery. Sad thing is, Mary Bernie's probably the smartest one among them. She's the smartest of all the JC's minions. Wow. Oh, geez, which one are you? Let's see. Who's all Mary's fans? You got Wheatster, Deuterino, Alvaro, Rom, Coffee Man. Yeah, she's got all the winners over there, Mary Bernie. She wants to do a bake-off. Why don't you come on up, Mary? I'll let you talk. Come on up and talk to Billy. I told Wiggin when he begged me to go live, one of the deals is to talk to a person one-on-one, obviously. Agree or disagree? Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. My mother never bought me toys like that. I didn't get toys. I had Tonka trucks, and that's as far as she went, because I'd break anything else, including bicycles. $90 degrees outside. Do I want to go out in this fucking heat and walk around, get some sun? Doesn't seem to bother the birds. What song can I play and get away with? Yeah, they'll probably ding me for that. By Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's a great tune. Mary Had a Little Lamb. Yeah, I don't like doing that. I'm here to run a chat and a panel. I'm not really here for people's musical entertainment. I mean, we can talk about music, whatever, right? If I could play guitar, I'd sit here and play the motherfucker. But I'm not a guitar player. Now, if I was like some of these fuckers, I'd sit here and pretend. I'd be like John Doe and, turn the microphone off and make it look like I'm playing something. John Doe. How about you there, fucking dumb master? Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Trucking.
Avoid interest by paying off your credit card in full. Establish credit with a Chase Freedom Rise credit card.
Here, in fact, I'll play my favorite song by Grateful Dead. Perfect tune.
If my words did glow with the gold of sunshine, and my tunes were
Played on the harp, unstrung to hear my voice.
come through the music, would you
Hold me near, as it were your own, bend me down. Don't thoughts are broken, and perhaps are better left unsung. I don't know, don't really care.
let there be songs to fill the air?
Ripple in still water, where there is no pebble tossed, no wind to blow. Reach out your hand.
If your cup be empty,
You got an itch.
if your cup
Is full, may it be again.
let it be known, there is a fountain that was not made
By the hands of men, there is a road.
no simple highway between the dawn and the dark of night. And if you go, no one may follow. That path is for your steps alone. River in still water, when there is no pebble tossed, no wind to blow. You choose to lead must follow, but if you fall alone. If you should stand, then who's to guide you? If I knew the way, I would take you home. La da da da.
La da 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 da. La da. La da. La da da da. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been riding on fences. Do, 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 do. If you want to listen to some decent music, and it's pretty decent. Rock and Roll by Lou Reed. You can't play it here. You can, but they're going to do their thing if you do it. Can't play Waylon Jennings songs. They don't like that. Can't play Thin Lizzy. Not unless there's a way to pay where you can do that. Play. Geez, Tiffany, I'm not monetized and you are. Why do you guys talk about me more than I talk about you? It's not like I really have a team over here. One time, Kevin's channel didn't like me. Thought I didn't like him, was worried about it. But then hopefully he's come to his senses about who I really am. I think he has. Can't play anything from Joe Walsh. Or Van Morrison. Moondance is one of his best tunes. Born to Boogie is probably my favorite Hank Williams Jr.'s. I love that tune. Born to Boogie. That's a good tune. Zach Wilder. I'm not sure if he has a lot of stuff that you could probably play and get away with. He's not. This fucking woman on here, the ballet dancer. Holy fuck. She's got Alpesh's arms. Look how skinny her fucking arms are. Yeah, I can't really play Van Halen and get away with it. Do. Oh, sorry, German lady. Nobody wants to come up on the panel over here. So I'm going to take a union break. 3 hours and 28 minutes. That's good enough. You're welcome to come up, Tiffany, if you want. All right, come on up. Let's talk about what you did. Reporting me like that. Why are you trying to be such a snob? What the fuck is the matter with you? Gary, why are you letting your wife fucking trade nudes with other men? She's unhappily married. That's why. Bye.